Good evening, everyone, and welcome to J.T. Flaherty Field here in the campus of Delone Catholic High School. It's homecoming 2019. Coach Corey Zortman and the Delone Squires like to welcome Coach John Defoe and the Bermudian Spring Eagles to town. Along with George Nieder, Bill Smith, and Danny Smith, I'm Tony Weaver. We'll bring you the very big game, the YI Division III game tonight at Delone. George and I will be on here early, and then the homecoming festivities will take place. Bill Smith will step in for one of us and tell you who the Queen and King and all that kind of good stuff is. We're celebrating the class of 1989 and the class of 1969 here this evening. They're sitting down here to our left. George Nieder's back in after a week off. Big game tonight. Big game in 2 weeks against YC. But tonight, both teams come in at 3-0. Bermudian just beat York Catholic last week 21-0. George, what do you think?
Tony, we don't have to blow this one up, do we? This is a big game, okay? Both teams 3-0 in the league, okay? And the winner of this game is going to take control of the league and a major step towards possible playoff, the potential for a playoff position. This is a big one. This is a big one.
Yeah, Delone started 3-0, but you can forget about that right now because they got 3 wins the last 3 weeks. They beat 3 league teams, including a 21-0 shutout of Littlestown. They've given up 12 points in the last 3 weeks. And Bermudian handled York Catholic last week 21-0, only gave up maybe 100 yards total offense to York Catholic. We're going to have a Donnybrook tonight. I think low scoring, but who knows?
Who knows, Tony? We've been surprised before. You know, you take a look at this Delone team since the beginning of the season. They're getting much better offensive line play, okay? They need to continue to eliminate those turnovers that hurt them in the first 2 games very badly, and they need to eliminate those penalties. We know about Hernandez, and we know about Josh Fulton. Kevin Mallory's making better decisions as a quarterback. And Tate Nieder's coming on as a running back, and Gabe Lee at the split end. They're going to need this group to perform well tonight to beat this Bermudian team.
Yeah, Coach Zortman at the beginning of the year, excuse me if I call him Corey, I coached him, so.
We'll forgive you on that one, Tony.
But, his big problem at the beginning of the year, his one major concern was the youth. They're very young. They graduated a lot of key personnel last year from that team that finished second in the districts, won the YAIA Division III. And now, like you said, they're starting to gel a little bit up there in that offensive line, giving Fulton a little bit of more running room at fullback. Hernandez always been pretty solid at halfback. And I think really one of the keys is Tate Nieder coming back from some early season problems and contributing now.
Yeah, it gives them a full complement of weapons, and they seem to be more cohesive unit. You touched on Bermudian, Tony. First thing we want to do is recognize John Defoe. 21 seasons at the helm, quite an accomplishment. And last week, got his 150th win. Congratulations to him and the Bermudian Springs program.
Yeah, John's a great guy. I knew him for a long while. I knew him basketball referee, and I knew him in the coaching world. Good guy, class guy.
Yeah.
You got going back to Russ Greenhall, Jordy Lawrence, guys that coached there at Bermudian. They always had class guys at Bermudian. I mean, we're Delone announcers, but you got to give credit where credit's due. And last year, Delone beat Bermudian 17-7, ended a 7-game losing streak against the Eagles. They've been tough here recently. So, Coach Defoe deserves all the credit for keeping this program where it was.
Tony, you take a look at the game last week, Bermudian and York Catholic. And I took a look at the stats, and there's one word that comes to mind to describe it: dominance. Dominance. The Bermudian just handled that game from the beginning to the end. They held the York Catholic team to, I think, 3 first downs, 103 total yards, and they were just short of gaining 300 total yards on their own. Okay?
And you know what that did? It really helped Delone because Delone moved into this week. They're number 4 in district points. They take the top 4. Because of that York Catholic loss, it puts Delone in a great position to win out and stay at least 3rd or 4th, where York Catholic can't catch them now, even if Delone, stubs their toe down here somewhere along the way.
Yeah. Well, Coach Zortman's got his team on this game, not looking ahead. This game tonight.
So I think they're going to go to some of the homecoming festivities now. We're going to call Bill Smith in to take over here because he knows these kids. He can tell you who the king and queen are. And here, George, you stand in or you want me to step out? It doesn't matter. George is going to step out. And Bill's going to step in here with me. Take it over.
Hello, Tony. Hello, everybody.
Delone Catholic is happy to present the 2019 homecoming court. Miss Freshman
We first have
Ariel Snyder, escorted
Miss
by her
Freshman Ariel
parents,
Snyder.
Stephanie and David Snyder. Ariel's activities this year include volleyball, Interact Club, and Student Council.
And she's volleyball, Interact Club, and Student Council.
Next up, I take it will be Miss Southmore. They'll save all
Yeah.
the seniors till last.
Right.
Miss Sophomore, Gianna Lawyer, escorted by her parent, Lacey Lawyer. Gianna's activities this year include volleyball.
Miss Sophomore's Gianna Lawyer, being escorted by her mom. Right at the moment, she's playing volleyball. As we get into be one more junior, and then there's five.
5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6
seniors.
seniors.
Miss Junior, Becky Hernandez, escorted by her parents, DeSales and Bernardo Hernandez. Becky's activities this year include cross country and track and field.
And Miss Junior is Becky Hernandez. Her parents are with her today. She's in cross country, track and field. She sings with the chorus. Big member of a big family here.
Miss Senior,
She has a brother on the
Abby
football
Welch,
team.
escorted by her parents, Becky and Jinwa. Abby's activities this year include Interact Club, Tyler's Sport Team, Peer Ministry, and Extraordinary Minister of Holy Communion.
First Miss Senior is Abby Welsh. Very nice girl. She's being accompanied by her parents. She's been in my homeroom for 4 years. She's in all sorts of activities, mostly service-oriented stuff. It's really great to see who they pick nowadays for their.
Escorted by her parents, Michelle and Ryan Cole, and Mark Bunch. Ava's activities this year include
Next Miss
Interact
Senior is
Club
Maya
and
Bunch.
Science Club.
She's with her parents. Maya's a very good student, very analytical mind. She's really good at thinking things through.
Coming from a physics teacher, I guess that's important.
Oh yeah, and this is the first year I've had her in class, but yeah, she's very.
And Kevin Long. Sarah's activities this year include swimming, Tyler's Sport Team, Peer Ministry, National Honor Society President, National English Honor Society President, Nu Alpha Theta, Rho Kappa, and Equestrianism.
I'm trying to double check it. Megan Lawrence.
Miss Senior, Maggie Warren.
Now we have Megan
Escorted by
Lawrence.
her parents, Lily and Andrew Lawrence.
And she's with her parents, Andy
and
Lori Lawrence.
include cross-country team captain, Tyler's Core Team, Peer Ministry, and National Honor Society.
Maggie's in cross country. She's a captain, and she's in the Kairos Core Team, which is a retreat for students. Big into peer ministry, the more spiritual aspects of life here at Delone.
Patty and Sean Union. Brenna's activities this year include Executive Student Council Vice President, Cross Country, National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Nu Alpha Theta President, Interact Club, and Squire Ambassador.
So we have our next Miss Senior is Brandy Yingling. Sorry, she was in my homeroom for a while, but she's in a lot of service. She's a good actress.
Abigail Smith.
She's in
escorted by
student
her
council
parents,
now.
Angie Rickroad. Abby's activities this year include volleyball, Interact Club
And the next Miss
treasurer,
Senior is
National Honor
Abby
Society,
Smith.
and
She's with her
Peer
mom,
Ministry.
Angie Rickroad. She's been in my homeroom now for 4 years too. She's played soccer. I think she's in volleyball now. She's in the lot of service activities.
Mr. Senior, Sean Sheehy, escorted by his parents, Amy and Dan Sheehy. Sean's activities this year include soccer.
Now we're into the
Yeah,
men
and
here.
the first Mr. Senior is Sean Sheehy. He's also in my homeroom. Everybody seems to be in my homeroom this year. He's a big soccer player. Funny kid. Be funnier if I wasn't a teacher, but he's a funny kid. I think he's grown about 1.5 feet since he was a
Mr.
freshman.
Senior Austin Staub, escorted by his parents, Lynn and Dwayne Staub.
And the next,
Austin's
yeah,
activities this year
Yeah, Austin
include
Staub,
football
number
Austin
76,
Staub,
coming
yeah.
across there.
another homeroom member of mine. He's with his parents, Julie and Duke Staub.
George, didn't you walk out your senior year? I don't think that would have flew back in them days.
A lot's changed.
Mr. Senior Ryan Overdorf, escorted by his parents,
Oh, yeah.
Sue and Jean Overdorf.
Ryan Overdorf
Ryan's
is our next
activities
Mr.
this year
Senior.
include football, National Honor Society, in-house club, peer ministry, and Kairos sport team.
And he's in football, National Honor Society, and several other groups with service motives.
Mr. Senior Tyler Lawrence, escorted by his parents, Jennifer and Paul Lawrence.
Next we have Mr. Senior Tyler Lawrence.
This year include ice hockey, National Honor Society.
He plays ice hockey,
National
actually.
English Honor Society,
He's in NHS.
Blue Alpha Theta,
He's in the Math
Interact Club,
Honor
Peer
Society.
Ministry, and Kairos
He's
sport
also in the Kairos retreat and peer ministry. He's with his parents, Paul and Jen Lawrence. We're both in my class, so I've known them a long time.
team. Mr. Senior Corbin Keller, escorted by his parents.
And Mr.
Amanda
Senior
Love.
Corbin Keller.
Corbin's activities this year include golf, basketball, and baseball.
Corbin plays golf. We've seen him for years now playing
Basketball,
basketball. Really growing up, he was a freshman playing on the basketball team and has really come into his own, I believe.
Well, he'll be a key member of the basketball
yeah.
team this year. He'll have to put up double figures.
Mr. Senior Kobe Seeley, escorted by his parents, Donna and Randy Seeley.
And I think our last Mr. Senior is Colby Seeley. He's been with the student council since freshman year. He's a true leader of the class. Very service oriented. Many kids at Delone here are, but he's one of the ones that's the first to come and last to leave.
Well, that was a theme here for everybody that was announced, and I heard the loudspeaker, the PA announcer say, National Honor Society, and so is.
Let's have one more hand for our 2019 homecoming court.
And they're going to announce the winners, but they didn't announce today, so this is new.
Delone Catholic is proud to announce Mr. Delone 2019, Austin Staub.
Austin Staub is Mr. Senior. Okay, I don't think I've met a more stand-up kid. The kind of kid that does the right thing even when nobody's looking, and it's great to see.
Well, just putting that hat on down there is.
Yeah. Well, since I've been back, seeing the people who are voted for homecoming especially, and even prom, they pick good kids, and I'm tickled at that. And Abby Smith, one of the nicest people I've met in my time back here at Delone. Not just students, but one of the nicest people.
Bit emotional for her, isn't it, down there? You can tell.
Yeah, she's.
So there's Mr. and Mrs. Delone for 2019.
Oh, Mr. and Miss. I don't know about
Mr. and Miss, I'm sorry, yes.
But congratulations to them.
Thank you again for joining us this evening, and let's go Squires.
Decent crowd coming in already here tonight, at least on the Delone side. Bermudian's filling up nicely over there.
Well, there were people here 5:15.
Yeah.
There were blankets out here
Yeah.
3 o'clock too.
You leave the
Couple.
gates open, people bring blankets in and
Yeah.
put them down. Well, we got a little bit of time here.
Right, as-
Thank you, Bill. I'll let George Dieter back in here.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, George.
We got a little time to fill here, George. Delone all-time against Bermudians 11-13. Like I said, the Bermudian had a 7-game win. Delone took care of business early in this series, but it's really tilted towards Bermudian here later as Delone got smaller and Bermudian got bigger. But last year, Delone beat them 17-7 up there on a Friday night, and to have the success that they want to have this year, you got to go through Bermudian again.
Tony, they played some close games here in the past. I think it was 2-15. It was 2 overtimes.
The last 2 games have been very close here.
Right, and then 2-17, I believe, when they played here,
Yeah.
another overtime game,
Yeah.
both in Bermudian's favor.
Yeah.
Okay, they've gotten the best of us the last couple years. Okay.
And I really think that both them games, Coach Zortman grew as a coach a little bit, facing the adversity. You know, should I kick a field goal? Should I go for it? You know,
Those are the tough
the
decisions.
other year when he lined up in the shotgun and went for the touchdown and the snap was bad. You know, stuff like that, it happens, and you learn from it and you move on. And tonight's another big night against the Berm here, and this has developed into quite a rivalry in the last few years.
You know, you got 2 teams here with similar offenses. Okay, they run similar offenses, and they know each other very well. Okay, and they're going to get after each other. There's a lot of great pride in both programs. Okay, and this should be a good one. This should be a really good one.
And they do run the same offenses. The only difference that I see in both the offenses, Delone may try to throw a little more than Bermudian.
Yeah.
It looks like the Bermudian first-string quarterback Martinez isn't going to play tonight, but they got. It looks like Beachy is going to be in there, Ethan Beachy. But we saw Savari Shelton, who had a real nice game last week against Stuart Catholic, taking some snaps too. He may see some time at fullback or quarterback.
Tony, that was a setback. That was a setback last week, losing Jay Martinez, that junior 6'1". Last week he was 6 out of 14 for 59 yards passing, but he managed the game very, very well. They're going to miss his leadership. Okay, but Shelton, as you mentioned, a junior, a big boy, 5'10", 200 pounds, rushed 24 times last week for 146 yards. He is a load.
Yeah, they moved him into fullback, and they like him to go downhill. They don't want him turning his body and trying to get the sweeps, the 21 and the 29s out of the wing tee. They want him hitting the middle of the line as a fullback.
The other 2 guns that they have back there, Tony's number 21, Ryan Hart, senior, 5'11", 165. He rushed 10 times last week for 39 yards. And Aaron Dupler, another senior, number 24. Okay, he is a 5'7", 145 pounds. He rushed 11 times last week for 34 yards.
Yeah, while George said that, let me give you the starters here. The 11 starters on offense for the Bermudian. Like we've mentioned before, Beachy's going to be your quarterback. Number 10, J.J. Towey's going to be one of your wideouts. And then the aforementioned Hart and Dupler will be your halfbacks and fullback. Mason Smith will be number 50 at center. 52, Joe Cooper's on the line. 54, Ethan King's on the line. Jonathan Bellick is a tackle, along with Cameron Robinson. Your tight end will be Carter Lockman, and another split end, and this guy will play split end and wingback, Luke Keller. They're your 11 starters for Bermudian, and I think Delone is going to have to limit Bermudian to a few scores, and then Bermudian's defense is rock solid. I mean, the only team that really picked on them all year was New Oxford early in the year. New Oxford beat them pretty bad, like 30 points, and they threw the ball to do that.
Yeah. Well, there's a size advantage that goes Bermudian's way. They're a little bit bigger than us tonight.
Yeah, well, most teams are going to be.
Yeah. Okay, one of the keys is the cohesiveness of the offensive line for us. It's playing better. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up with a bigger, probably very physical Bermudian defense, okay?
Well, Littlestown was bigger than Delone too, and of course we did the Steel High game where they were huge up front, and Delone had some success against them, but really had a little trouble with Steel High's quarterback, who was very slippery.
Well, I think the line of scrimmage play is going to come to the forefront tonight. That's going to be, I think, one of the determining factors. A couple keys to watch for, what I'm going to call keys for Delone. You know, I think they have to win on first down on defense. They got to keep Bermudian in second and long, third and long if possible. Bermudian's going to try to control the game with that offense that they run, and they're going to try to move the ball methodically down the field. They're going to try to get Savari, Shelton early going, probably within the tackles, see what they can do with him. I think field position obviously is always a big part of this. Delone's got to take care of the football. We saw in the first 2 games that hurt them. The penalties hurt them. They got to eliminate those mistakes. And I'm talking to the coaches. They're looking to try to bust one on the special teams tonight. They think they can do it.
And that is a big point that you just said, penalties. I mean, we've seen it in college football. We've seen it in high school football. Delone against Littlestown got away with 8 penalties. They didn't get away with it against Still High.
No.
They had too many penalties, or they that game could have been the other way. You could not go out there and have 8 or 9 penalties tonight. I don't think.
I agree, Tony. Well, it's a beautiful night for a game.
It is.
The temperature's nice and cool. The field's in good condition, and we're taking a look at the Delone band right now down on the field.
Delone band down there playing their pregame show. We got about 20 minutes before kickoff here. We actually thought the homecoming stuff would take a little longer. Maybe we can get Bill back here and fill us in on some of the things that are going on in Delone, upcoming here at Delone, so we could get on and I'll give you the starting lineups for Delone after. So I'll give you the starting lineups for Delone right now. Offensively for the Squires, we got Ryan Mares at tight end, Gage Wilson at tackle, Michael, let's see, I forget his last name, let me get up here, Orndorff at center, Michael, the one guard, Austin Staub, the other guard, Nick Groff, the tackle. Quarterback, of course, is Kevin Mowry. Tate Nieder and Zach Fields will split the halfback. Josh Fulton will be your fullback, and Joe Hernandez is the other halfback. As George said, Gabe Lee's been coming into his zone. He's going to start at split end. That's the offensive starting lineup for the Squires. Now, we, as George said, the coaches filled us in a little bit. They think they can get a little bit on special teams tonight.
They're looking to try to get one. Okay?
They're looking to try to get one. And that would be huge because Delone has some speed, but not the speed they had last year. They just don't. We haven't seen that 70-yard run to pay dirt like we saw last year.
Yeah, well, as we know, Tony, one of the things that can turn the game around, the momentum of a game, is a turnover or a big play on special teams. Okay, and Delone knows that. Bermudian knows that. We'll see how special teams impacts this game tonight.
And I think you're like me. We don't need a touchdown on special teams. We need decent field position on special teams. Run one out to the other team's side of the field on a kickoff or a punt, and put yourself in decent field position where 4 or 5 plays will get you into the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of times, Tony, you're correct. It's not scoring. It's getting field position, and then it's picking up 1 or 2 first downs and then punting them deep down at their end of the field, and sometimes limits their playbook, what they can pull out of their playbook and what they're going to run.
George, I know you don't like to talk about this because you're a very modest man, but you played on the 1972 squad here that went 10-0. And people say, well, yeah, Delone, we beat a lot of teams by a lot of points, but the defense is what made that team that year.
It was a strong defense, and we were able to shut down the run.
And nothing's changed in 45 years.
No, it starts with defense. It really does. It starts with a good defensive effort. And Coach Zortman's been working with that. He's talked to his players about trying to do too much.
Hold on, we got Bill. Do we want to say anything about what's going on here at Delone? Do you have anything upcoming? We're trying to fill this time here. We didn't think we'd have all this time. Bill will be back on here in a minute with some upcoming events here at Delone Catholic High School. Of course, homecomings tonight. They got a special mass on Sunday. I think you already needed tickets for that, the breakfast.
Tony, let's go back and talk about that Still High game. Okay, that was a tough loss for Delone. They played a very, very good team. And we saw how Coach Zortman talked to his team after that game. There were a lot of positives to take away from that game and build on, even though it was a loss.
Yeah, we sort of sat in on that talk. We went down there after the game, and it wasn't a lot of, oh my, we're 3-0, we're done. It was 0-3. It was, we're 0-3. Let's see if we can win the next couple games and then see where we are.
What stood out in that game to me, Tony, that was a team with great team speed. I mean, they had 3 kids that could just fly. Okay, and they made some big plays. But to Delone's credit, they kept coming back and they fought to the very end and put the ball, threw it into the end zone with the opportunity to tie it.
Yep.
The kids never gave up. And they could have, but they never gave up. And that showed me a lot.
And they didn't give up even after the 8 or 9 penalties that we said they had that really affected that game.
You know, Tony, they didn't need the coaches to tell them what lost that game for
Yeah,
them. Okay,
exactly.
They knew it, and they're trying to clean them up. Okay,
And you know, once they get into the league, to Delone's credit, they went out and scheduled 3 very tough teams. Now, as we said, the 3 teams that they played earlier in the year, one of them 6-0, York Suburban. I don't think they're getting beat this year until they get to the district playoffs.
they have a very good football team.
And then Steel High has 1 loss. Trinity has 2 losses. One of them was to Steel High.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they played some very, very tough teams. And they get into the league. Now, we're not knocking YAIA Division III. They've already beat Littlestown. This is their second big test in the league tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a fair statement that we seem to match up better in our league, and we'll see how things progress tonight. We'll see how things unfold. But there's no denying tonight there is a big step, whoever wins this game, to controlling the league.
Yeah, and because Bermudian already has played York Catholic. Littlestown has played both York Catholic and Delone. So, and they lost to Delone but beat York Catholic, and Bermudian's already beat York Catholic. So we have York Catholic here in 2 weeks. Delone has a they had a super schedule at home this year, and tonight it's showing because the Delone side anyway is packed. Bermudian's feeling in pretty nicely over there. We still have 20 minutes before kickoff.
My guess, Tony, is the Bermudian people are going to have a little difficulty finding parking spaces, but once they find them, they're going to be here because they support their team very, very well.
There's no parking in the 500 or 600 block around the school here. I know that. We can see that.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Bill wants to come in there. I don't know if he does or not. And I'll give you my mic this time. Here you go.
Hello, everybody. We're looking at especially the weekend here with homecoming. We have the game tonight, but tomorrow we're going to have the reunion for the 50th reunion for the class of 1969, the 30th reunion for the class of 1989. We are having SATs here tomorrow, and from 7 to 10 p.m. tomorrow, we have the homecoming dance.
Bill, if I could, what activities this week? What kind of contest did we have? It seemed like all the sports teams had something going on for the most part.
Well, we had the senior night for the girls soccer on Tuesday. Field hockey played today even. Yeah, so we're looking at some. I know I was looking at the upcoming stuff, but this week we had some pretty good. Well, we had volleyball game last night. With homecoming, we always have the Spirit Week activities, so every day is another day to dress up in a particular fashion. You know, Monday was pajama day. Tuesday was 80s or 60s, really, with tie-dye and
what's
and
interesting,
everything.
what's interesting, Bill, not back in my day, but today, you can see all that on social media. You see all the pictures being posted.
Yeah, not all. It comes up so quickly. It's not. You don't just have to wait till the yearbook comes out next year. It's all up there instantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have the homecoming dance tomorrow from 7 to 11. I'm not positive, depending on. They're going to try to swing something to do it in the lobby and do some decorating and things. Sunday morning is the alumni mass and breakfast. I believe you do need a ticket for the breakfast. I think the mass is open to all. And as we go through the next couple of weeks, I mentioned girls soccer had their senior night already, their last home game. The cross country will have their senior activities on Tuesday. Field hockey will also be on Tuesday. We're going to be broadcasting that. Boys soccer will be Thursday. And then the following Thursday will be girls volleyball. And then the 18th, 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to have football. Cheer and band are going to have their senior night activities. And we'll be here for as many of them as we can do. I think we have things ironed out pretty well with our tech. One of the pieces that was missing, I'm going to talk a little bit about at halftime. And I think we're getting closer to game time with introductions and
And Bill, just one more time, was class reunions again?
Yeah, we had the
19
50th, the 50th reunion for the class of 1969, and the 30th reunion for the class of 1989. My older sister's actually in 1989.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brother was in the class of 1969. Tony, that was a great football team, that club in 1968.
Yes, it was.
10-0, and many people, including ourselves, as we were kids and watched them play, thought that team had the most depth of any Delone team that came through, at least in our lifetime.
Yeah, they did. They were 10-0, and we're not even really threatened at all that year. Thank you, Bill, for coming in. Again, we missed whoever won the toss, so we're going to have to give you that when they get out there. But, George, I'm getting a little excited about this game. As long as I coach football, these kind of games are what you play for and what you coach for. The kids are up for it. And like you said, it doesn't matter what you say at the shack tonight. All them kids know what they're playing for tonight.
Yeah, they do, Tony. And there's both programs kind of mirror each other in many ways. There's great tradition and great pride in both programs, and these kids will really get after one another. This is what high school football is all about.
Yeah, like I said, I know you don't like to bring up when you played, but you remember the Cedar Cliff game, you remember the Chambersburg game, the Carlisle game. This is one that these kids are going to remember for the rest of their life. Used to be Hanover, and Hanover's still a big deal for me because when I was a kid and when you were a kid, Hanover was the game. And now, Hanover's down a little bit, but still, we're going to try to do that. By the way, we're going to try to do that game in 3 weeks to give that game some publicity. But it's very important, for these kids to realize that everybody don't get this chance. Delone, by the way, we have alumni cheerleaders helping the other cheerleaders tonight. I don't know if the alumni members of the band are here or not, but the alumni cheerleaders are out there to help the 2019 cheerleaders out tonight. And I'm telling you, George, we got a heck of a crowd here tonight on this side. It's almost as big as Littlestown was a couple weeks ago.
Well, it's not surprising. There's a lot at stake tonight. It's a great night for football. It's nice and cool. Okay, and I think, what's great about it also, a lot of things. One of them is the kids on both schools get to come out, support their teams, and have a lot of fun doing so.
And that's when I've been noticing more and more here at Delone that the student sector, a lot more students have been coming out. And we know there's a lot of kids that played last year or in the year before that are at colleges and sit around and watch these games on their computers, and text each other and say, hey, did you see that play? That's my brother doing that, and that kind of stuff. And that's great. That's why we do this, and that's why we try to be successful doing this.
And we'll do a shout out to all those alumni who are out there listening.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. And I know there's a couple from the class of 73. Now, that's going back ways, but that's George and my class. And I know we got probably Andy Angel down there in the Eastern Shore listening. We got Billy Staub down there in Houston, Texas. Brian Klunk out in California. We got some Buzz Klunk up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Guys that, well, first of all, they never missed a game in their 4 years of high school here, I know.
Yeah.
Andy Angel, who miraculously took the kickoff back against Cedar Cliff in the big game in 1972. And people through the 80s and 90s that text me and tell me they listen to these games, and they're so excited that DCBN came to be born like 9-10 years ago, whenever it was, and we're keeping it up now.
And we can't forget our good friend and coach, Pat Flaherty, who hopefully is listening tonight.
Yeah, well, we tried. Pat wanted to do it last week and 2 weeks ago, and we had some technical difficulties. And best thing about Pat Flaherty is whenever he comes back here, he's always just Pat Flaherty. He's not, he hasn't changed since high school. He might think he has, but he hasn't. Anyway, Pat, maybe he's back in town for homecoming. Who knows? A lot of these people might be back in town tonight for homecoming because it's a packed house out here tonight. Getting ready for the Squires to take the field here. We're about 9 minutes away from kickoff. Here comes Delone out of the shack, and Bermudian's has yet to show. We're going to have the national anthem here in. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a minute from the Delone band. And then they'll probably play the alma mater after that. The one week they did, the next week they didn't. And we want to thank. I want to we had a little technical difficulties the last game, and we didn't really have the broadcast.
I think it's a fair statement. A couple of challenges for sure the last several games.
Yeah, we did have a couple challenges. We think we're okay tonight. Please text somebody that can get it up to me. I don't have my phone, but there's plenty of people in the stands that know me. If you text them and tell them, hey, we're doing okay, or you're not getting it, let us know. But a lot of thanks has to go to Bill Smith and Danny Smith and Eric Lawrence, people here at Delone that took their time and made this right tonight so we can get this game out to you.
And I think Bill's going to talk a little bit about that at halftime.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna explain at halftime what some of the problems were and why we can get on the air tonight. Squires take the field, and Bermudian has yet to show, but Squires, of course, in their black, gold trim, white numbers, gold helmets.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Flyer Country. Delone Catholic High School would like to welcome you to JT Flaherty Field for this interscholastic contest between the Bermudian Springs Eagles and your Delone Catholic Flyers.
And George, as you said, there's already been one or two announcements about people better move their cars or they're going to be towed. As we look out through the area here, there's not a lot of places to park.
This contest is being played for the benefit of the student athletes of each school. No handheld signs and no banners or noise makers are permitted. And spectated by their actions or behavior interfering with this contest.
And I think what you said earlier in your announcements, George, in your statement, I think it's very important to get off to a quick start here in this game. You don't want to be coming from behind in this game, I don't believe.
Yeah, to me, Tony, it starts on the line of scrimmage. I want to see who's controlling that line of scrimmage. I also want to check to see Delone's speed to the outside, if they can get to those corners. And who can run the ball effectively and set up the play-action pass.
Yeah.
Those are keys in tonight's game.
Well, Delone runs off their fullback, so does Bermudian. Delone has probably a little better outside game, I would say. But, you're right. If Delone can get the corner, they should have success.
Fire, security, and data communication lead. Now with an office in hand,
Bermudian Springs now getting ready to take the field over there. Here come the Eagles on the field. We'll have the national anthem, then we'll have the kickoff here to start this homecoming 2019. Remember, Bermudian coming in at 4-2, 3-0 in the league. Delone 3-3, 3-0 in the league. Squires warming up here in the circle and here on our side. Field that Delone here set out on a east to west, with the west being the Moose side, school side being the east side.
Number 5 at running back, Tavares Shelton. Number 10.
By the way, George, the Delone JV team having a nice year. They're winning most of their games. In the 7th and 8th grade here, who only had like 15 players last year, up to like 20 this year, they've only lost one game. They're playing. Jimmy Smith coaches down there, doing a good job down there. Colby Zortman, Corey's brother, is the head JV coach, and he does a great job with them guys.
Tony, I've been around these coaches, Colby, Coach Jim Smith, and they really enjoy working with the kids. You can see it. They enjoy what they're doing, and they really cherish the relationships with the kids also.
And they got Papa Zortman down there, too.
At corner number 7, Steve Hughes. At defensive man number 8, Kyle Denny.
Going through some announcements right now.
Yeah, they're going through some starting lineups out there. I think the band's ready to get going here. So.
At corner number 19, Dylan Zimmerman. At outside linebacker number 57, Michael O'Brien.
And the field, once again, it's like the 4th varsity game that's been played here. A lot of junior high stuff been played here. It's a little worn out there, but Moose Knoll and the people that work in the field do a great job. Again, all volunteer.
Number 36, Ryan Myers. And inside linebacker number 40, Josh Forte.
Tom Ryder leading the chain gang over there. They do it for nothing. They do it for.
They've been doing it for a lot of years. That gang of guys over there, Tony.
Yep.
And at defensive tackle, number 76, Austin Stone. The referees for tonight's contest are Steve Keller, Rodney Grove, Doug Rogers, Bob Gunther, and Lucas
Steve Keller's the referee. I worked probably 35 basketball games with him. I know one thing, the 25-second clock will be running tonight.
By a Delone Catholic band.
Sorry. National anthem.
Nice rendition of our national anthem there. They'll now play the alma mater of Delone Catholic High School, and then we'll have captains meeting in the middle of the field, and we'll have the kickoff here shortly here at JT Flaherty Field right here at the campus of Delone Catholic High School. In the alma mater of Delone Catholic High School, performed by the Delone Catholic High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, sudden cardiac arrest is a leading killer of student athletes at USC Field.
Get the captains for you here in a minute. Looks like for the Bermudian, number 21, Ryan Hart, one of your captains. Number 53, Carter King, who's not. Number 52, Joe Cooper. And that's number 10, J.J. Towie. For the Squires, it's Hernandez, Staub, Mowry, and who's that last one over there? Delone has deferred. Gabe Lee's the other captain. So Delone's going to kick. Delone's going to kick towards the Moose, and Delone will defend the goal up to school. And we're getting ready to go here, George. Here we go.
Tony, with the quarterback Martinez out for this game for Bermudian, it'll be interesting, and we'll see right away how Bermudian plans to handle this quarterback position.
Yeah, Coach Defoe told me before the game Ethan Beachy's going to start. He didn't have Savari Shelton starting anywhere, which is a little – so he's going to be in the game somewhere. We're going to have to see where they put number 5 in at. Let's see who's back deep for Bermudian. And it looks like number 25 back there is Ricky Pansena. And who's in the middle there? I can't get that number. My guess is Ryan Hart, but I'm not positive. What wind there is blowing towards the Moose, so that's why Delone's going to kick this way to start the game. Espinoza will do the kicking. He approaches the ball, and here we go. Ball's going to be fielded about the 10-yard line by Bermudian. Going to try to get to the outside. to be knocked down about the 25, and that was Pensana. Ryan Myers in the tackle, and here we go. See where they spot the ball. Looks like they're going to spot it about the 27, 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bermudian. They're going to run the same wing tee that Delone runs, so. And who's in there at quarterback? That is number 2, Beachy. I don't see 5 in the game right now.
Double wing.
Double wing. Tight end to the left. Fullback tries to go. He's not going anywhere. He's put down to the ground. That looked like Dupler, and Dupler's going to lose 2.
Good surge off that left side, Tony, with the loss of 2. And that was one of our keys we talked about. We wanted to make sure that we played great defense on 1st down, keep them in 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
Looked like Groft and number 8 for the Squires were in there in that tackle. Denish. 2nd and 12. Quickly up to the line, come Bermudian. Beachy on a quick pitch. There's nobody out there for the Squires right now. He's going to get about 3-4 yards. Nice recovery by the Delone defense because there was room out there to go. Ryan Hart's going to pick up about 3, bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Tony, it looked like he had room to run there, but Delone's, I didn't catch the number, but somebody blew that play up.
Yeah, somebody got the ankle.
Yeah.
But just like I reported there, it looked like a big hole on that side to go in that quick pitch. 3rd down 9 for the Eagles. Beachy back to throw. He's under a little bit of pressure. He's going to be nailed by, looked like Austin Staub got him. I'm not sure if that's right. Let me see. Ryan Myers in there. And let me turn around, son. Let me get your number. I think that was Austin Staub. I'll give it to Austin Staub. And Denish was in there also.
Tony Beachy's 5'6". This is his first start, I think, on the road. This is a tough assignment for that young man.
Squires have 2 deep. Bermudian's going to have to punt the ball away. High snap, but he get it down. End over end kick. Fair catch by Delone. He bobbled it, but got back on it. That was Hernandez. Delone's going to take over at the Bermudian 49-yard line. And
there's that field position we were talking about,
right.
Tony.
That's right. Delone's defense stuffed them early. Looks like Zach Fields is going to start here at tight end here for Delone. Mowry in the game. Squires come out of the huddle. Fields is the tight end. Hernandez in motion. Give to Fulton up the middle. He got a big hole. He powers for 9 yards. Nice run by Josh Fulton. And that looked like the trap, George. It looked like a trap play.
Yeah, the inside trap, and just a good, hard determination. He keeps his legs moving really well. He keeps powering forward, tries to lean forward to get that extra yardage.
2nd down and 2. Give him 8 on that carry. Fulton again. He broke loose. He got the 1st down. I thought he was tackled at the line of scrimmage. Again, he kept his legs moving and got about 6 more.
That's that great, what they call that great second effort, Tony. He keeps his legs moving. Okay, many times I'd like to track his yards after contact and see how many.
Well, tonight it's going to be.
Okay.
They got it down to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. Again, Steve Keller is the ref, and you better get up there and get your play run. Inside handoff this time to Fulton. Again, he breaks it outside. He might have 10 yards. That looked like a little misdirection there.
Yeah, he got through that off tackle hole and had a good stiff arm there, Tony, to throw that one man away and 9 yards. Coach Zortman's liking this a lot.
2nd down and they only gave him 8. I'll give him 8 too. 2nd down and at the ball at the 25-yard line. Gabe Lee way out here to the right. Give us time to Hernandez. He breaks it up the middle. I don't think he has it. Second effort might have got him there, but I think we're going to be 3rd and about a yard. They're going to give him a yard on it to the 24. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1, but I'm sure we're in 4 down territory here.
I think there's a good chance you're going to see a quick handoff to Josh Fulton here, right up the middle. Okay. Let's see what
Going out on a limb, are you?
Yeah.
Fulton has it on he's got the first down. He's down to about the 20-yard line. And you know they're bringing the wing back Hernandez, and it's more like a lead play. It's almost like a lead play. They bring Hernandez back in the backfield. Ball at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Squires. 7:43 left here in the first quarter.
Well, it's important to establish that fullback in the wing T, correct?
I think they established him by now. There's a sweep to Hernandez, trying to get outside. He's going to get 1 or 2, but that's about it. He runs out of room out there.
Credit Bermudian. They got some good penetration off that right side.
Yeah, they strung that out, and I'm going to give him a yard. 2nd down and 9. Ball sitting right on the 20-yard line. Squires again up there with their counter to Hernandez. Has a little bit of room. Gets down to about the 16 or 15. Did the ball come loose? Not sure if the ball came loose or not, but we're going to go 3rd down. They're going to mark it at the 17-yard line. Yeah, it was a counter. It was an inside counter. Bring up a 3rd. It's a little more than 5. I'd say it's almost 6.
Tony, I didn't catch the number, but that was a good open field tackle there because it looked like he was getting ready to bust that to the outside.
Squires very heavy here to the left side, or the right side. Motion goes Hernandez. Mowry back to throw. Has a man open down in the end zone. He overthrows him. That was for Ryan Myers in the end zone. No good. Let's see if the Squires go for it or try to kick a field goal here.
Bermudian had a little bit of pressure on him there.
A little bit. Mowry had to come out of it. He didn't get the throw it as early as he wanted to.
I thought they might try a field goal here.
So did I, but the field goals hasn't been, the kicking hasn't been as great this year as it was before. They've got to hurry here to get this off. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Squires. Mowry again back to throw. He's under pressure. Hits a man out here in the flat. He has Ryan Myers in the flat down to the 3-yard line. Nice play. And that was a waggle. That was a waggle where we broke off the long pattern and went short.
Right.
And he hit him right in the middle of the flood.
The first man went through and took the receiver deep, and then the second man cut it off for the first down.
And usually that's not the way to run that. Usually the tight end goes deep.
Yeah.
Great call by Coach Zortman that time. Ball on the 3-yard line. There's a sweep. And into the end zone goes Tate Nieder for the score from 3 yards out. That makes the score Delone 6, Bermudian nothing, with 6:14 left here in the first quarter.
Well, Tony, they established the fullback. They worked the counter. They hit the big play, pass play when they needed to. It looks like the line of scrimmage right now, Delone's having their way. Their offensive line looks a lot better than it did 2-3 weeks ago.
And the big thing was there was no penalties.
No penalties?
No penalties on that drive.
No offsides, you're right.
Snaps back, kicks up. It looks good, and it is good.
And the second quarter with 6:14 left in the first quarter. Delone Catholic 7, Bermudian Springs 0.
So as they come back up the field here, it's 7-0 Squires, and that gives them a possession up because they deferred.
Tony, you go the whole way back. We held Bermudian to 3 and out. We got great field position. We were able to run our offense extremely well. No penalties, execute. Perfect start for the Squires.
Yeah, perfect start. We wanted them to get a quick start. They did get a quick start. Espinoza will kick off again.
Back deep again for the Eagles. Espinoza kicking off for the Squires.
Back deep again is Ricky Pisana. That's going to the man on the other side about the goal line. He brings it out. Breaks it up the sideline. Gets out to about, again, the 25-yard line. Ryan Hart had that ball. I didn't get the number, but the loudspeaker said Ryan Hart, one of the halfbacks. So let's see if Shelton comes in the game now. They're going to mark the ball at the 23-yard line. That's where Bermudian will take over, 1st and 10. 6:09 left here in the game. Bermudian now very heavy to the left side. Counter. Men at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Ryan Myers was in there early and Groff in there again. No gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Linebackers Fulton and Hernandez in there also. It looks like Bermudian may have to shake things up and try to go to the air here a little bit.
Well, if he
Slot over here to the left side for the Bermudian. Back to throw. Is we got a double pass there, or whoever?
he was looking to run there, Tony.
Yeah, JJ Talley was looking to run the ball, not throw it.
And we had great reaction on this side with our defense. And there's that third and 11 situation.
But he could have threw that ball because it was a backward pass. So we got to watch. They're setting something like that up. But a great time. I'm not sure who made the tackle there. We wish we had a spotter here, but Bermudian again up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11 for the Eagles. They run a random motion. Quarterback's going to try to take it around the end. He throws it. Ball's incomplete.
Very dangerous pass.
Yeah, that was.
But almost a great catch. Almost a great catch.
I don't think he still would have had the first down, but once he touched the ball, the Delone guy hit him, which
Right.
is perfectly legal.
Yeah.
So Bermudian again will have to punt from their 22-yard line. Try to get the number of the punter there this time for me. I can't.
Zelensky in the punt again for the Eagles.
Zelensky.
Back deep for the Squires.
Number 7, Zelensky will be punting. 2 guys deep again for the Squires. Better snap this time. Bag kick. Just get away from it. The ball is not even going to get to the 30-yard line. And Delone, for some reason, falls in the ball, and Bermudian has it. Delone, why they wanted to fall on that ball is beyond me, but they're going to give the ball back to the Eagles.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Eagles.
Tony, there's no other way to say it, but that's just a terrible mental mistake
Yeah,
on Delone's
that's
part.
a mental mistake, giving the ball back to
called-
Bermudian.
You called it earlier. On that type of punt, you just get out of the
away.
way. Get into the next zip code.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't.
Get out of the way.
I'm not sure what Squire touched it, but he did.
Okay.
And all he had to do was run away from it. Delone would have had the ball at the 30-yard line.
The receiving team does not have to cover
No,
that ball.
no.
Get away from it.
So it gives Bermudian life at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Give to the fullback a little bit of a hole. 5-yard pickup for Dupler. Ryan Hart, I'm sorry. 4:25 left here in the first quarter. 7-0 Squires.
Tony, Ryan Hart looks very quick to the hole. Very quick.
Big mistake by Delone that time. Fumble on that ball. Even getting near the punt. See if the defense can rise up here now. First down for the Squires, and that's for the Eagles up to the 45-yard line. Two straight runs where they had a little bit of room to go there.
Both times, Tony, over that left guard, left tackle area. Okay, it looks like they found something there a little bit.
Zelensky is coming in with a play.
Honda 2. It is up here in the press box on the Delone side of the field. A Honda 2.
Single back for the Eagles. Sweep. Has a little bit of room out there, and that's Hart. Hart's going to get 9 yards.
Ryan Hart on the carry.
A combination of a good back with good speed and Delone not having their containment.
And I think it's going to be a first down.
Well, they're going to call it a half a yard short.
2nd and a half a yard.
2nd and 1.
Bermudian has a little bit of something going here. Give to the fullback. He's going to have the first down, but not much more. They're going to mark the ball at the 45-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. 2 55 left here in the first quarter. Squires up 7-0. They actually mark it at the 44. Gabe Lee has to come off. He has equipment problems. Eagles right up to the line of scrimmage. Give the Dupler. He's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. I thought he was going to go outside there for a little bit, but Squire came up and nailed him.
Not a lot of suspense there, Tony. They're just running that lead play right up the middle with the first back leading through the hole.
And that time Delone stopped it.
Yeah.
My apologies if we're getting the tackles wrong. We don't have a spotter up here. It's very tough for us to pick up who the tacklers are. Double wing for the Eagles. A little bit of shotgun. Give the Hart on the sweep. He finds a little bit of room. Gets up over the 40, maybe the 39, 37-yard line. It's going to come up 3rd and about 4, George. Actually, they're going to mark it back at the 40. No, wait. Come on, Mr. Ref, put the ball down. Wow, put him the whole way up to the 37. That's a nice mark.
That's a very generous mark, I would say.
3rd down. Yeah, there's Shelton.
There's Shelton.
Put Shelton in. He's going to have the first down. He came in at fullback.
Yep.
He's got 4 yards in the first down, and the Bermudians on the roll since they recovered that fumble by the Squires on the punt. 1:20 left here in the first quarter.
I think we're going to see more of that Shelton running that play, Tony. He looks big. He looks strong. Let's see what Bermudian's going to do.
He's back in at fullback. He's the only man in the backfield right now. Hart goes in motion. They're going to give the Hart on a sweep. He finds a little bit of room. He breaks a tackle. He's into the clear, and he's down to the 14-yard line.
Tony, great kick out block by Shelton.
Yeah.
Okay, the spring Hart downfield.
Hart went right off his butt.
And I'm impressed with how he's running. He's running hard. He's running quick. He's quick to the hole, and he gets upfield very well.
50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bermudian driving. They have a 55-yard drive going here since the recovery of the fumble. Bermudian up to the line of scrimmage, very heavy to the left side. Give to Shelton. He's hit. Hit by a host of Squires and stopped right there, and that's how you got to tackle him.
Well, Tony, you're right on. I mean, he's not going to go down too easy with one man.
No.
Okay, you need to hit, hang on, and the rest of the defense needs to pursue to the ball and gang tackle him. He's a big, strong kid.
And Coach Defoe might let the quarter run out here as there's only like 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it looks like exactly what he's going to do. We're going to end the first quarter here with the score Delone 7, Bermudian nothing, but Bermudian driving 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And at the end of the quarter, with your score, Delone Catholic 7, Bermudian Springs 0.
And George, Delone's defense is going to have to step up here and keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, they seem to be effective, Tony, on that sweep, that they can get to the corner, they can get a kick out and get downfield. That seems to be very effective for Bermudian. But what we said at the beginning of the game, the flow of the game can change dramatically on a special teams play or a turnover. And that was just a mental error on
It was
Delone's
a special
part.
team play and a turnover. I
Yeah.
mean, Delone had the ball at the 30-yard line. If they just get away from the football,
Yeah.
I don't know why whoever tried to cover it tried to cover it.
Yep.
But Delone's defense now can stiffen. It's 2nd and 10, ball on the 15-yard line. Starting the second quarter here at JT Flaherty Field. 2nd and 9. They actually they gave a yard in that last play.
The season's second quarter sponsor is Donald B. Smith Incorporated. Your post service roofing company serving Central.
Shelton in the game at fullback now. He had 124 yards last week against York Catholic.
Contact them for all your roofing needs.
Again, he's the only back in it. Now Hart's back there with him this time. Beachy under center. He's going to roll out. He's going to try to throw. He's got a man in the flat, and Hart dropped the ball, George. He was wide open walking into the end zone, and he dropped the ball.
Tony, I think that was a quick 6 right there. If he catches the ball, he's in the end zone. Okay.
And he looked downfield before he caught the ball. That's exactly what he did. Great play call by Defoe that time. They were pounding the ball, and they faked it and got hard out in the flat.
And Tony, he's quick. He's not going to be easy cover out there on the flat.
No.
Somebody's got to run with him. That's a tough matchup.
They kept him in the backfield that time and ran him out of the backfield. Very, very good play.
Last week, Tony, they threw a couple balls to him out of the backfield. He's very effective. Just dropped the ball.
Beachy under center again. Back to throw. Same play, it looks like. He's under a little bit of pressure, and he's dropped on a great play by Austin Stahl. Mr. Delone just made a great play.
Same play.
Yeah,
Tony,
it was the same play.
Tony looked like the same play. They came back and ran it. That time we had good coverage in the flat. He had nowhere to go. A great open field tackle.
What they did, they heavied up on the right side, and they had 2 guys off the line of scrimmage. They had 2 guys off the line of scrimmage on the left side and put Hart right behind him.
Yeah.
So Delone really has to be a middle linebacker to take him. So it's 4th and a bunch here, 4th and 19. See if the Squires can come up with something here to keep Bermudian out of the end zone. Back to throw. Throws a slant corner, number 25, and the ball is dropped in the end zone, incomplete, and there's a flag. The man in the middle threw the flag. The guy right on it didn't throw the flag, though.
Tony, that was a great throw. He threw that ball when that Bermudian Springs player was in his break, put it up there to give his guy a chance for a catch to make a play. He almost caught it, but I think you're going to see an interference call here.
Yeah, they are, but my problem with the interference call was the man the ref right on the play did not throw the flag. It was the back judge in the middle that threw the flag. And they're going to call holding, not interference. And that's not going to be a first down, as we found out. That timeout Squires, I'm not sure it gives them a first down. It still stays 4th down, I think.
Tony, the receiver ran a beautiful route.
He did. It was a slant corner.
He turned over defender around, okay, and the ball was thrown on the break. It was a beautifully thrown ball, gave him a chance to catch it. Well executed.
The board and sticks still say 4th down and 8. We saw this a couple weeks ago, so it does not mean an automatic first down.
Tony, with this type of quarterback, I think Delone's better to keep him in that pocket and get those hands up above their heads rather than get him on the edge where he can see the field a lot clearer.
Yeah, and now it's 4th and 8. Look for Hart out of the backfield, or actually tried to get it to J.J. Towie that time. He's the one that ran I'm not sure it was Towie or Keller. It was one of the receivers but you're right, the receiver ran a great route.
Yes.
So here comes Bermudian. They got the same set. They got Hart to this side this time. You might have to watch Hart out of the backfield this way. 4th down. Back to throw. He's going to be dropped, and he's going to be dropped at the 15-yard line. Delone's going to dodge a bullet here. Yeah, good coverage. He tried to get it down the middle.
Yeah, he didn't have anywhere to go with the football. He's good coverage in the secondary, okay? And Delone's very fortunate after that turnover.
Yeah, and Delone's going to take over at the 13-yard line. I thought they got a little bit on that sack, but I guess not.
11 minutes and 1 second in the quarter.
Squires have the ball. Give to Fulton. He breaks it. What a run. He got 4 yards there. I didn't think he was getting anything.
He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and they were hanging on. He still picked up 3 yards after contact.
Yeah. 2nd and 6. And Bermudian, if you know it, if you watch Bermudian's defense, George, they went to a TNT, which means tackle, nose, tackle. They're covering the A-gaps.
Yeah.
And we're still getting Fulton up the middle.
Right. And they're trying to take away Josh Fulton, Tony. That's the first.
Now, this time they leave the middle a little open here.
Yeah.
There goes Tate Nieder. Nice move for the first down. Nice move. He cut it in, bounced it outside. Looks like he has the first at the 25-yard line. And he's the speed that they need.
He's another he's a third option in that offense, Tony. As you indicated, he cut upfield and then cut outside got the first down.
Because he wasn't going to get the first down, and he saw the sticks, and he got out there and got it.
Yeah.
Real nice run by Tate Nieder. Clock stopped with 10:24 left here till half. Squires have the ball at the 25-yard line. Mowry putting the people straight T in the backfield this time. Give to Fulton. And I'm not sure what he got that time. He got something up the middle there, maybe 2. Give him 2.
Don't see the straight T too often, do
No,
you, Tony?
and I'm not sure we were supposed to be in it there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that wasn't a mix-up.
Yeah.
I'm sure Coach Frew, wherever he is here in the stands, like that, but I'm not sure we run the straight T. Squires out of the huddle again. 2 men in the backfield this time. Bermudian has everybody up. Mowry back to throw. Has a man downfield, and I'm not sure he wasn't trying to get it to Maris, and I thought maybe Mowry should have took off there and got what he could on his own.
I'd like to see him pull that down and take off with it. I think he could have got 5, 6, or 7
Oh, he
yards.
had at least 5, 6, or 7 yards, yeah.
Yeah.
And he had 3 receivers in the same area there.
A little congested with our receiving patterns,
Well,
Tony.
it was a
tight.
flood pattern.
Right.
We all ran together.
Right. We were just a little too close. I didn't like the spacing on that play by our receivers. That's the thing you got to take away from films and correct.
Well, now we're very heavy to this side. Then we're going to have 5 more yards added onto our total here, so it's going to be 3rd and 13 as Hernandez jumped the gun a little bit there at the wing. Coach Zortman can't be really happy with what happened since this fumbled punt.
Took them out of their flow. They had a first down at the 50-yard line after 2 good defensive stands.
Right. Got to get the focus back a little bit here.
But you got to let that go, and you got to get back into your routine.
9:42 left here in the first half. Mowry back to throw. Slant. Ball's not caught. It was intended for number 4, Colin Geppert.
Good defense by Bermudian, Tony. They were playing the sticks. They knew where the first down was. Even if he catches it, it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the slant call there.
Yeah.
But Gabe Lee's going to punt here for the Squires. Back deep. Let's see if we can get the numbers here. Bad punt by the Squires. Partially blocked, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
Tony, he came hard. He being a Bermudian defender off the right side. Nobody picked him up. He had a free lane to the ball, and we took a little bit too much time punting that ball.
Yeah.
We got to be a little bit quicker.
And Bermudian's going to get great field position right at the 25-yard line, so they got the ball right back where they had it before.
So 2 things we got to do there, Tony. We got to shore up that blocking, and we got to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker.
9:31 left here before half. Bermudian back in offense. Shelton back at fullback. Give it to. Nice run by the halfback there. That was Aaron Dupler ran that ball, and he was tackled. He was hit early and broke that tackle and still got 5 yards. 2nd down and 5.
They're stretching the defense on that play, Anthony.
Yep, and what they're going to do is fake that one of these times and give it to Shelton up the middle.
Yeah. As they know, I think we're sitting tight.
J.J. Talley goes way out there to the left side. Beachy up under quarterback. There's a give to Shelton. He's hit. Pounds his way for a couple. Nice gang tackle by the Squires. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 4. See what they give him on that. Yeah, they're only going to give him 1, so 3rd and 4.
Game of 1 on the play, 3rd and 4.
How many guys can we stack inside to stop that fullback dive, and then can we stop the stretch play when they give it to the halfback?
Well, I guarantee you, it takes more than 1 to bring Shelton down.
Yeah. 3rd and 4.
Beachy up under center. They got that same set where they're looking in the flat for Hart. He's under. Quarterback's going to run. He's not going to have the first down, but he's going to bring up about a 4th and 2. And that was the same play. They run for Hart in the flat again.
Tony, we have to do a better job with our containment. We cannot let that quarterback outside and put that much pressure on the defense.
He slipped out there, and I guess they got him at the line of scrimmage because it's 4th and 4. Let's see if Coach Defoe kicks the field goal or if he goes for it here. Looks like he's going to go for it. 7:40 left here before half. But another big play for the Delone D.
Yeah, I saw their kicker before the game, Tony. I think he could give this a little legitimate shot, but they're going to go for it even with the win.
Beachy under center. Back to throw. Slant to Towie. Incomplete. Will take over.
Tony, pretty good throw there by the young lad.
Great coverage, too.
And great coverage. Just a little bit better defensive play, but a good throw.
Was a good throw.
And gave his receiver a chance to catch that ball.
You know what? Towie made a great move off the line of scrimmage. He gave it just a little bit of an out thing and then came in.
Right, and he established his position and had a little bit of leverage, and that's what he needed.
So the Squires, again, dodge a bullet. They need something positive to happen here to get back in control of this game. 7-0 Squires. 7:23 left here before half. And somebody not in the game, and we're going to have to spend a timeout here. And can't have that. That's 2 timeouts for the Squires here in this half. Coach Dortmund looks a little determined walking out there to the huddle right now.
Yeah, he knows that one possession got away from him. He'd like to have that back at midfield, but you got to let that go. It's 7:23 in the second quarter. Delone's up 7-0. I know he wants to get Josh Fulton the ball and see if he can get some things and then get to the outside, okay? Maybe establish that play-action pass, but we've got to watch our spacing with our receivers. There's been a few times we've been a little bit too close together.
Exactly, and since Delone scored that touchdown, I think Bermudian's been controlling the game, and Delone's defense has come up huge for him.
Also, you can get your free Delone Catholic homecoming t-shirt while supplies last.
1st and 10, 7:23 left here in the first half. 7-0 Squires.
Down in Virginia.
Under center. Quick pitch. Going to try to get a little bit of room. Oh, nice move by her. That was Tate Nieder. I was going to say Hernandez, but it was Tate Nieder.
Tony, there was a great example of quick feet changing direction, stepping through the hole, and then turning the speed back on. Quick feet.
Again, he went in and out.
Yes.
Quick pitch, and that gets him a little breathing room out here to the 30. Welcome Chief Mike Woods from the Cherrystown Police Department up here to the booth with us. Squires in 1st and 10 at the 30. Counter to Hernandez. He's going to have 5, maybe 6 yards. A little slow development, but they got, it was a inside counter. Second down and 4. Well, make it 5. Give him 5 yards on that play.
Tony, I like the call because they're keying on Josh Fulton, okay? And you could see the gap open up a little bit. He did a good job to get those 5 yards.
I'm sure Coach Zartman wants to take some time off the clock here, too.
Nothing better than to take this ball right down the field.
Inside counter. Oh, helmet come off. The play has to stop. Might be a face mask. Hernandez gets 2 yards, but we're going to have to wait and see what the penalty is. It's in there where it could be holding or anything. Hernandez lost his helmet.
Tony, not the smoothest handoff inside either. The ball was up here in the shoulder pad.
Personal foul, face mask.
Ball was up here.
Yeah, George, that's called a sally. It's the sally out of the wing tees, the wing counter. And they must have pulled his face mask off. His helmet came right off. The flag came right in. Boy, that's got a big penalty, too. That's going to move it up to the 46-yard line of Bermudian. Yeah, it's a spot foul where the helmet came off.
Right.
I think Joe has to come out for a play if I'm not. No, he's in there, so. Squires double wing, single setback. Hernandez in motion, give to Fulton. That was a little slow, too, but Fulton, with his legs, are going to get maybe 3 yards. 2 or 3 yards. Nice play. That was a lead-off tackle. That wasn't the trap. It was very too slow for the trap. But you know what? They're going to give him 3 yards on that. Mowry gets the call. He's back in there. 5:55 left here in the second quarter. Squires 7, Bermudian nothing. Again, double wing for the Squires. Tate Nieder gets the pitch. Got a little bit of room out there. He has the first down the sideline. He goes. And he's going to be tackled about the 15-yard line.
Tony, you can see the speed that he has.
Yeah.
That's a welcome weapon to this offense.
Yes,
it's
it is.
another weapon.
Yes, it is.
We didn't see that earlier in the year.
No.
Okay.
And I like the way he gets the first down before he tries anything else.
Exactly. Yeah, and let's give credit to the blocking out there on that right side. He had some room to run.
That's Stolben Groft over there, and the wing made a really nice downfield block also. Another double wing for the Squires. Tate Nieder in motion. Give the Fulton, but he's not going anywhere this time. Kiefer made the tackle. Number 70 was in there too, Bailey.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
No gain on that play, Tony. 2nd and 10. It'll be interesting to see what Delone comes back here with. Okay.
Well, you know, if it comes up 4th down from here, they may try the field goal this time.
Well, they're going into the wind, okay, but I think he still has a leg enough to get it there.
Squires with a wing T set to their left, right. Motion comes Hernandez. Back to throw goes Mowry. Mowry has him open in the flat to the 10. Out of bound at the 5-yard line. That was Hernandez.
Tony, much better job spacing on those receivers that time.
They ran the flood that time, and he actually had.
Right.
And that was just almost the same play that Bermudian ran.
Yeah. And you could see, just gave the quarterback such a better opportunity to see the field. Okay, and you could see him coming open right away.
Squires have the ball 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 4:56 left here before half. Squires go to another double wing. Oh, bad snap. Hernandez goes for the pylon. He hit the pylon, but they're going to mark him out at the 1-yard line.
Good stiff arm there, Tony. I didn't think he had anything at all. He has two defenders
the play
out
didn't
there.
look very crisp.
We were a little sloppy with the exchange, Tony, from the center to the quarterback, and that you can't afford to have.
Not at the 1-yard line.
No.
Squires have the ball 2nd and goal at the 1.
I think you may see Josh Fulton here.
Fulton gets down. I don't know if he got in. Hernandez tried to lead him into the hole. I think they're going to mark him about the 1/2-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and goal. I don't think they're kicking a field goal here.
No.
Gabe Lee bringing the play in from the sideline. They're about a football from being in the end zone.
Bermudian did a nice job stacking that up, Tony. Now they're in those A-gaps, and they're taking that away. I like to see him run to the outside shoulder of the guard.
Quarterback sneak, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Squires. 13-0 on a. I was going to say, let's just quarterback sneak it. Squires needed that. George, they really needed that after fumbling that ball at the 30-yard line. Espinoza will try to keep it on the 7s here. Snap's good, kicks down. It looks good. It is good. 14-0, that just made it over.
Yeah, that's not his strongest kick. He's much stronger than that. I don't know.
And remember now, 14-0, there's 4:12 left here in the 2nd quarter. Delone gets the ball coming out. So if they can do something here to hold Bermudian.
Well, Coach Dusty Lear's down there talking to his kicker, giving him some
that wasn't blocked or anything. It just was a.
Yeah, I think he just hit it really low. Okay.
Espinoza tees it up like he usually does on the left sideline here.
Espinoza in the kick for the Flyers.
Espinoza approaches the ball, and he nails it. At the 10-yard line, Spacetta has a little bit of room to the outside. He's up over the 30. Going to be knocked down about the 37-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for Bermudian. See where they mark it. It's over 36 or 37-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds by number 4, Corey Hefner. Brings up first down for the Eagles.
Actually make it to 38. First and 10 for Berm. 4:04 left here in the second quarter. 14-0 Squires. Again, thanks to Bill and Danny Smith for all they did to make our broadcast possible tonight. Eric Lawrence also. There's a sweep. Oh, nice play. Who got through the middle there? Nick Groff made a great play there and Colt. Because if he don't get him, there's a lot of room out here.
Yeah, that was a very impressive play. He got great penetration, came off the ball strong and hard, made a great tackle because that Hart boy can really run.
And there was nobody else out here.
Yes. He had some room to run.
It sort of caught me by surprise. I was getting ready for my here he goes down the sidelines.
But here's what we talked about, Tony. 2nd and 14, you want him playing long behind the sticks.
Going into a little bit of shotgun here. He looks down the field, throws. Oh, almost picked, but a great catch. The ball was tapped up in the air and then caught by Talley. Should have been picked, but it's going to be a. That was a great play by that kid, number 10.
That was a great play by the receiver. I thought the Delone defender was going to pick it, and he thought he was going to pick it too, I believe.
Yeah, he thought he was going to pick it, and Talley stayed right with it. Nice play. 3rd down, 5. Clock running. We're under 3 minutes here in the second quarter. Bermudian's going to stay with that shotgun. He's under a little bit of pressure. He steps up and makes a nice move. He's going to have a first down. Down the sideline he goes. He's going to be knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark it at the 39. Nice play by the quarterback, Beachy, that time.
Tony, great play by their quarterback, Beachy. Took a look, saw the middle open up, and took off, knew what he had to do. I was very impressed. Only a sophomore, I believe, right?
Yeah, a little bit of speed, too.
Okay, shows some good speed. Great decision by that young man. Well done. Well done.
Squires don't want to give up a cheapie here before half. They want to.
There you go back to that pass play. You just wish we could have knocked it down.
Yeah. He's up under center here. Fake. Another slant corner. Ball's overthrown that time. He tried to set Pasana.
Tony, watching this young man throw the ball, he's throwing that ball on the guy's break. He's getting rid of it early.
That was a nice throw. And
yeah. He's trying to give his receiver an opportunity to make a play.
And he's under a little bit of pressure, too. He's not back there singing the Star Spangled Banner or anything. He's under some pressure.
Yes.
You know, I like him in the shotgun. I don't know why Coach Defoe went away from that, but maybe we'll see it again.
Yeah.
Got to watch it. Quick hitter to Shelton. The dive for him. Beachy's going to try to run it again. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. Give him 2 yards on that. Maybe 3. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Does have a little bit of speed, don't he?
He does.
3 on the play brings up 3rd and 6.
And I'm not sure that wasn't a planned run.
Tony,
like a waggle
Ryan
run.
Myers didn't make the tackle, but he almost blew the play up.
Yeah.
He forced the quarterback so deep into the backfield, it gave the rest of the defense a chance to react and make a play. Held him to a 3-yard gain.
So it's 3rd and 6. 2:26 left here before half.
Timeout, Bermudian.
And Bermudian's going to call a timeout because they were run out of time in the 25-second clock. Coach Defoe's going to come out and try to draw something up here on 3rd down and 7. Have to ask the defense again, Coach.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the quarterback scramble, Tony. He made a great decision. So many times you see quarterbacks panic in that situation and throw it up. He pulled it down, ran for the first down. Great play on that young man's part.
You know, and you really got to give – I mean, Delone had a lot of pressure on that play. You got to give a little bit of credit to their offensive line because they put him out to the left and the right and kept the middle open for the quarterback to find the spot.
Yeah. I think he's surprised by the line. I think he surprised the linebackers by pulling it down and running it.
Yeah, I think so. And one move and he was going to make a bigger play.
And Tony, he's got speed. He's fast.
And he's only a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore.
Delone has their cheerleaders and alumni cheerleaders down in front of us tonight. 3rd down, 7. Here's Bermudian. He's under a little bit of pressure, and Groff has him again. Nick Groff drops him for a big loss again.
Good job. Nick came off the line strong, saw the target in front of him, brought himself under control, and got his hands around him and wrapped him.
Right there was the key. He got himself under control.
Let's
see if Coach punts the ball away here. He goes for it in 4th down. I don't know if you want to give Delone the ball out here if you don't make it. He might wait here and call another timeout.
I think that's what he's going to do, Tony. And I think he's going to punt the ball. I don't think he wants to go for it here at midfield. Punt it deep. Delone only has 1 timeout. I think that's the play.
Yeah, and Delone gets the ball in the second half. They're probably not going to take that much of a risk, but that's what's going to happen here. Defoe's going to call a timeout.
Tony, back to Nick Groff. He looks like he's getting better and better each week and playing really good football on that line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he's doing a heck of a job. And what you said there when he got in, that's only the first part. You have to get yourself under control, get your feet underneath you. Yeah. Well, you know that as a defensive player in your day. Because this kid already showed he could run.
Yeah, he's quick. I was impressed with the tackle.
And that's his second one for loss here. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure I'd go for it here. I think I'm like you, George. I'd punt this ball deep.
Well, I think if he goes for it, Tony, what you're going to see is maybe a post corner and throw it up and give his receiver an opportunity chance.
Well, Delone has a defense they call red where, it's not really a prevent, but it's putting 7 defensive backs in the game. I think they already went to that, looking at the numbers on the field there. Zelinski's back. Looks like he's going to punt the ball.
This is the right call, Tony.
And Delone has nobody back, which I think is also a good call. Just let the ball die. And 1:32 left here. Now they're going to put Hernandez back. He sneaks back there right now. Snaps in, kicks off. It's a high end overhand kick. And the ball's going to roll out of bounds at about it's not going to roll out of bounds. It's going to stay in bounds at about the 4. So Delone's going to take over at the 4 with 1:20 left. Both teams only has 1 timeout left. Mm-hmm. So look for Delone to run a couple up the middle here and get out of here.
Good exchange.
The ball's actually, I think they put it on. Yeah, they put it on the 4. We'll call it 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Mowry gets his marching orders here and takes it back in the field. Colin Geppert in the game, and Ryan Maris coming out.
2380, you're blocking a driveway on Center Street. Please move your vehicle immediately. A Honda Civic, KIS 2380.
Parking's at a premium here. Make sure he's down tonight. Quarterback sneak. And give him about 3. Clock's going to run. I don't know if Bermudian's going to call a timeout or not. They only have 1 left. I think Delone's just going to run the clock out here. George.
It's the right thing to do, Tony. Don't even hand it off.
We get the ball. Delone gets the ball coming out in the second half.
Good center, quarterback exchange, and just, almost kneel down with it. Just run it forward. Well, they got 4 yards on that center sneak, Tony.
Yeah, they did. You don't want to get a penalty, though. You don't want the clock stopping. You want to go in there and snap the ball. 45 seconds left. Give to Fulton this time. He's up to about the 9-yard line. 25 seconds. They don't have to snap it again. That's going to be the end of the first half. The score 14 Delone, nothing Bermudian. Bill Smith will be back on here at halftime to fill you in on a couple things that are going on here at Delone, and also to give some props to the people that helped put this broadcast together tonight.
Yeah. Tony, just a quick comment. That second score was big because it did look like the momentum was turning, and Bermudian was getting more comfortable into the game.
I think, you have to say Tate Nieder had a lot to do with that, with his runs.
He did.
So far, Nick Groff on defense, Tate Nieder on offense have been sticking out a lot here. It's halftime here at JT Flaherty Field in the campus of Delone Catholic High School, 14-0. In comes Bill Smith with some information. Going to tell you why we can have this broadcast tonight. Give yourself some props here, Mr. Smith.
Oh, it's not really me I'm going to talk about. I got a lot of help in that regard. After having some hardwire issues the past few months here, we have what appears to be a good fix. That was facilitated and we were helped by the Verizon store here in the Hanover Mall with Mr. James Ortiz as the acting manager. Last night he got us a jetpack, got us the data plan that allows us to get online tonight. He did want us to mention that he's got a nephew here at Delone Catholic, Devin Boyd, and we're going to be seeing him this Tuesday, I think, or Thursday, I believe now, come to think of it, with the boys' soccer parents' night, senior night stuff. But I do want to, again, thank the Verizon store at the Hanover Mall and Mr. James Ortiz for helping us get on the air. I do want to mention some things that were going on this week at Delone. Again, we have the homecoming game tonight right here, and we also have the homecoming dance tomorrow at school, either the gym or the lobby at 7 p.m., 7 to 10. Tomorrow we also have the 50th reunion for the class of 1969 and the 30th reunion for the class of 1989. On Sunday morning we have at 8:30 the Mass and Alumni Dinner. The dinner is the kind of something we had to reserve and get a ticket for, but the Mass, I believe, is open to all, so everybody's welcome for that on Sunday. As we go into next week, we have some senior night activities for some of our teams. On Tuesday we have cross country and field hockey. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to broadcast the field hockey game, and we're also going to be looking down the week at the boys soccer being the 10th. We'll be able to probably talk about Mr. Ortiz again when we get to see Devin Boyd. The 10th, yeah, that's the boys of the 10th. The following Thursday, we're going to have girls volleyball senior night. That'll be inside at the gym, but the way we're set up now, we'll be able to do that game as well. And the 18th, 2 weeks from tonight, right here, we're going to have football, cheerleading, and band. They're going to have their senior night activities. That's always a nice thing to see, with acknowledging the parents who come out and bring their kids out every night, come pick them up late, sell things, donate things, all the stuff that it takes to be a parent of an athlete here for 4 years. It's as much for the parents as it is for the kids. And the final lap around the field is also a great thing to watch. You get to see people acknowledge, especially like whenever Jamie Smith's here, one of the junior high coaches, the kids always seem to acknowledge him and give him credit for a lot of the fun that they have playing the game here. The following week, we're going to be playing at Hanover. Like I said, as it appears, we'll be able to do that one too. So our tentative plan now is to go to Hanover and broadcast the game there. And depending on the happenings in the next 3 weeks, there's a possibility for district playoffs, especially if we would happen to be fortunate enough to get a home game. There's a tentative plan to broadcast that. Away games are going to be dependent on the space and time available to get there and be able to put up a hot spot and get out to you all. But we still have a lot of things going on this fall with DCBN, trying to keep you all involved. Anybody who wants to see something that's going on here at school, we want to make as much of that available to anyone, anywhere that we possibly can. This being homecoming week, we're really, really happy to be able to make everybody feel at home here. You don't have to come back to McSherrystown. We welcome back anybody who can, but if you can't make it here, we want it to make you feel like you can still get in touch with us. You can still see what's going on. You can still see your kids, your grandkids, your friends. If you're off at college, you can see your teammates from previous years, and hope that this can become, no matter where you are on the planet, something that you tune into, something that you're a part of. And I really want to make Delone Catholic something that you don't come back to, but something that you keep with you as you go through your college, your work life, your family, making us part of what you are, because you're part of what we are. And I'm just tickled to be here and be able to do this, and having people who used to coach me and kids I used to coach, that continuity is something that's just great to have, and being able to reach anybody wherever they are through this, I just can't say enough about it. If we can tag back maybe Tony a little bit, I'm going to try to look for some out-of-town scores just to check if I can grab that for us while I'm looks like we're got the screen up. There we go. Well, we have half the scores, but that's not quite enough. We've got turn. There we go. If I turn it long ways, here we have a bunch of scores. Tony can run them down.
Yeah, out-of-town scores. We have no score in Central Spring Grove. New Oxford 21, Dallastown 3 at half. Eastern and West York 0-0 in the first. York Catholic all over Fairfield 41-0 in the second. Littlestown 27, Hanover 0 at half. Gettysburg leading Cannondale 21-7 at half. York High and Red Lion 6-0 York High in the second quarter. Big upset here. Southwestern 10, Northeastern 7 in the second quarter. 0-0 Susquehanna and Northern York, and Suburban up over Dover only 7-0 in the second quarter. That's a little bit of a surprise too. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, Suburban was very good. They were very sharp when they played us. So
we have 7:30 left here before we come back from half. Delone 14-0. We'll try to run down the first half for you and get Coach Nieder back in here. And thanks, Bill, for updating everybody what's going on here at Delone. I'd like to echo what Bill said about getting out there to the alumni and what we do this for. We do this for the Delone alumni, people that can't make it to the games, people that are far away. You'd rather be here, we know, but if we can give you, something going on here at Delone, George and I are happy to do it. And like I said, we just talk. These other people are all the tech people that make us put us on here.
Well, great job by Bill and his wife, Tony, setting this up here tonight. Makes it a lot easier, a lot clearer, I think. That's what we're hearing from some of the people who are tuning in, which is really good. And we have the Bermudian band down on the field right now, and this is a great show that they're doing in front of the Delone stands. They sound great. Yeah,
a lot of. They got decent numbers, and they're doing a nice job there. Let's run down the first half a little bit. Delone took the kick. Delone stopped Bermudian, stuffed them, got the ball at the 49-yard line, and went right down the field and scored to make it 7-0.
they had a chance to really end on that, and then for some reason muffed the punt at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, let's call it what it is, Tony. It was a mental mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a very, very short kick, and we touched the ball. It gave an easy turnover to Bermudian, put them back in business. They drove the ball down there, and if you recall, they had a pass play in the corner down here that could have really turned this game. Fortunately, it fell incomplete. Delone.
And they got the ball back again and came down the field again, and Delone defense came up big again on a sack by Nick Groff made a sack there, and Ryan Myers had a nice play. And then Delone got a little bit of momentum going and drove down the field and scored again to make it 14-0. And the Bermudian had a little nice drive going again until Nick Groff again came in and dumped the quarterback for a 5-yard loss and put him in a 3rd and long, which they're not fit for 3rd and long.
They're not. It doesn't suit their offense. It was one of our keys at the beginning of the game. We wanted to win defense on 1st down, which we thought was big. Nick Roth has had a huge impact on defense in this first half. He's made several big plays in the backfield.
Yeah. He's not the only one. I mean, Delone has controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part, offensively and defensively. They get the ball coming out here in the second half, and I think it's going to be – now, they don't have to score in my mind, but they have to keep the ball for a little bit and get – come down the field some.
Well, it would be nice. Of course, it's always nice when you score. If they could take the ball down and establish a ball control offense, take it down the field and get a score, that would be huge. But I'm going to look at Bermudian and figure what they're going to do. I think they're going to try and isolate some of their wideouts on post corner patterns. Throw that ball. Quarterback throws a nice ball. He throws it on the break. Give his man an opportunity to catch it. They're looking for a big play to turn this. One other factor also, Coach Defoe's over there in that locker room. He's thinking, I need to spark this team. Might he onside kick? You always want to be prepared for it. He might not, but if I'm Coach Zortman, I want to make sure those guys up front.
I'm sure that ran through Coach Zortman's mind. But, like you said, Bermudian could have get in there very easily. They had Ryan Hart out in the flat wide open, and he dropped that ball. And that's going to happen. And he looked down. We could see what he did. He looked down the field and saw himself wide open and didn't look the ball into his hands. And he just dropped the ball. And I think you're right. I think what they try to do is isolate the two wideouts, number 10, Talley, and try to get Hart maybe behind him like they did before. It's there, but Delone covered it the next couple times they tried it.
Yeah, with Delone's pursuit, Tony, and you wonder if Bermudian might do a throwback screen to Hart and try to get him in the open field.
Well, they tried a throwback screen there to Talley, and Delone did cover it pretty well.
Yeah.
But, it's Tate Nieder's offensive, we talked about Ryan Groff defensively. Tate Nieder offensively, with some of his speed, really helps this Delone offense because now you can't just key on Fulton and Hernandez inside.
Yeah.
You got to worry about every once in a while they're going to give it to Nieder, and he can scamper.
We're calling him that third dimension on offense, Tony.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasant surprise. He's got some really good speed and quick feet, and we saw what he can do when he gets a little bit of space. Very impressive.
And I think maybe if Mowry starts pulling the ball down and running the ball a little bit, because I think maybe one or two times there in the first half he probably could have did that, and he threw some balls that, they weren't going to be intercepted, but they weren't going to be called either. So.
Yeah. And we saw what happened when the receivers ran their patterns with a little bit better spacing. It just opened up the field better. Mowry could see him better. We can deliver the ball better. It just impacts the play all around.
This is the 7th game of the year, and that flood pattern for Delone's been their bread and butter all year long. And you're right, when they run it with proper spacing, there should be 10 to 12 yards between each receiver. And when we saw them down here, when the ball that fell incomplete right in front of us, there were 3 receivers within 10 yards of each other.
Yeah.
And that's not the way that pattern's supposed to be run. Here come the Squires out in the field. Bermudian's already out.
Shelton, Tony, the big fullback for Bermudian. Delone did a nice job of stuffing him at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if that'll continue in the second half. But if I'm Coach Defoe and I'm in that locker room, say, guys, we're only down 2 scores.
Yeah.
We're down 2 scores. Let's go out. Let's hold them. Let's stuff them. Let's get the ball back. Let's make something happen. Let's get it to a 1-score game. And then let's see what happens and make a play at the end. That's what he's telling us.
And that's why it's very important for Delone to get down here, even if they kick a field goal to make it a 3-score game.
Yes.
It becomes huge at that time because it's just, does Bermudian have enough offense to get 3 scores?
Yes.
Tonight's winning amount is $440.
So we'll see here as both teams out warming up here a little bit before the second half starts.
681-7404.
But, it just seems to me
817404.
It just seems to me that Delone dodged a little bit of a bullet there in the first half because a couple mistakes.
Yeah, we didn't have coverage in that flat, Tony. He could have walked in if he catches that ball. Fortunate for Delone that he dropped it. 59 seconds to go before kickoff.
And even the one play where Nick Groff dropped him for a 5-yard loss, Hart. If he don't make that tackle, I mean, me and you were both looking at the sideline here.
There's a lot of open space over here on this sideline.
So let's see if Delone can hold it together here in the second half and walk out of here and be 4-0. Would really help them. It's going to almost solidify Division III of the YAIA, and it'll give them a big boost in the AA District 3 playoffs.
You and I can talk about that, but Coach Zortman's talking about this second half, and that's
sure.
That's all he wants these kids to look at.
And I think, I'm sure when he called a timeout there and walked out to the huddle, and we said he looked a little bit determined when he walked out there.
Yeah.
Let's get back and focus. And I think that was his. I think that was his message to the team, because like you said, when they made that mental mistake, like you said, call what it is. They gave him the ball back at the 30-yard line. I think a little bit of focus left.
That's the type of play that you show in the film room, and you learn from it. You learn from it, but you got to move forward.
Yeah.
You got to move forward.
So let's see what both Delone's going to get the ball. My guess is Bermudian would probably kick towards the Moose, but that's just what I'm thinking now. They want to go with the win here in the third quarter. And really, the wind, it's breezy, but it's not that bad.
It was a little more breezy at the beginning of the game. It looks like it's dying down just a little bit.
Yeah. The flagpole, for people that are familiar here, is right beside Sonny Shepherd Gym. A little bit to the right of the goalpost here on the east side of the field.
Tony, a great crowd here tonight.
It is a great crowd.
Great homecoming crowd.
It's not quite what it was for Littlestown, but it's close. And we got a minute before the start of the thing here, and I'm getting my sheet. Captains will go out to the middle of the field, and they'll. Now here, we might, Delone, if they can break the kickoff, this is what they were looking for. They think they can get a punt or a kickoff back.
Tony, I don't know if they're going to get the punt, and I'll tell you why. Because the punter gets it awful high, but he doesn't kick it very far.
No.
There's really no opportunity to return it, okay? If they're going to get one, it's going to happen on the kickoff, okay? We'll see.
And they haven't kicked off yet tonight, so we don't know. And like Coach Nieder just said, we got to make sure it's not an onside kick. Coach Defoe doesn't want to get 3 scores down. He knows what he has offensively. He doesn't want to get 3 scores down.
No, he wants to cut this to a 1-score game, get into the fourth quarter, and make a play.
And basically, the last 2 times here at Delone, that's exactly what happened.
Yep. We did have control of those games and lost it.
Yep.
Okay. So the message to our Squires is, let's finish this game. Let's finish.
See who Delone puts back deep here. We got 12 minutes on the board. We're ready to go. My guess is Zielinski's going off here he's their kicker, number 7. Squires sing Gabe Lee deep. Hernandez and
Ryder Knoll.
Ryder Knoll back there.
Yes, number 10, right?
Sophomore, yeah. Mm-hmm. Freshman Ryder Knoll.
Matt Zielinski in the kick for the Eagles.
Looks like Zielinski's going to kick off here. He sets it right in the middle of the field. He approaches the ball. He kicks it.
He's got it out of bounds. If it rolls out,
it rolled out, so Delone will get it on the 35-yard line.
I'd like to see us get to that ball. That is a free ball, Anthony. If it doesn't go out, that's anybody's ball. Okay, but pretty good field position at the 35.
Well, let's see where they put it here. I think they're going to make him kick it again. Delone's going to opt and let them kick it again. Or was there a penalty? They're putting it back in the 40 again. Oh, okay. We're going to call the penalty then.
5 yards, Anthony.
Took out of bounds. Bermudian will kick.
I don't know. I might have took it at the 35. That's just me.
Yeah. I would have liked to seen us get on that ball a little quicker, Tony.
Yeah.
It was laying there in the open way too long.
I figure we get it on 35. We can't make a mistake. That ball's might go out of bounds again. And it does. No time off the clock, and they'll be kicking from the 30-yard line now. I guess Delone would get it on the 40.
Well, it might be safe to say they're trying to keep it away from Hernandez. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do, but I think Delone's going to get it in the 40 now, and they're going to take it on the 40, I think.
I think that's a pretty good move.
Yeah, Delone gets it on the 40 since Steve Keller, the ref, will put the ball down, nose right on the 40-yard line.
Be first down the line at the 30-yard line.
Shelton's out there in defense for Bermudian, also playing inside backer.
Yep.
Squires come up. They're very heavy to the left side. It's the Army play. There's a sweep, but Hernandez cuts it up, and he had to. He couldn't get it outside.
Up the middle for the Squires. Talk about number 5, Safari Shelton.
That was supposed to be a sweep. Hernandez couldn't make it outside, tried to cut it back up the middle. And
Shelton, the linebacker, Tony, read that real well and just closed that gap and shut it down. He's the quarterback of that defense.
Squires this time in a red set. Real quick pass to number 4. That's Colin Gebhardt. He's going to get maybe 3 yards before he stopped. Actually, they're only going to give him a yard. They're not going to give him up where he caught the ball.
1 yard gain on the play, 39.
I'm sorry. Corey Hefner is number 4. I still have Colin Gebhardt on my list. It's Hefner. So 3rd and 9. Mowry looking, he's under some pressure. Tries to get out around the end. He throws it down the middle. It's caught, but it's not going to be a first down. It's going to be up to the 38-yard line.
Be 3 yards short.
And Squires are going to have to punt that ball.
To bring up 4th and 2 for the Squires.
Hefner, number 4, I'm sorry. Gabe Lee's going to punt. .25 catches it right away, but he's dropped down by. That was Pincena. Tate Niedermeyer.
Yeah, Tony, good coverage, and the key to that play was a nice high punt. We could get down and get underneath it. Okay. Bermudian still got a little bit of pressure in from that right side there.
Yeah. But we didn't have one of our men run on the field here right at the end of right before we kicked the ball. Hernandez wasn't on the field, so we didn't have anybody on that left side at the wing.
Very fortunate.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. There's 10:08 left here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 Squires. So let's see what Bermudian decided to do. What changes they made. I don't see. We got shotgun formation again. Give to Hart. He breaks a tackle, but now he's going to be hit by a host of Squires and drop for about a 2-yard loss.
We got good penetration off that left side, Tony. Somebody blew the play up in the backfield, wrapped his arm around him, didn't make the tackle, but slowed him down. The rest of the defense pursued and made the play.
2nd and 12 for the Eagles.
So loss of 2.
And I didn't see Shelton in there, did you?
No.
Fullback.
And again, Tony, Delone defense wins 1st down, and that's good. 2nd and 12.
Yeah, you got to watch number 10 out here. JJ, he runs nice patterns. And we got single coverage on him out here. No safety in the game for the Squires. Under heavy pressure, going to be run out of bounds, and he is. That play didn't have any chance from the start.
We locked on the receivers. Tony. They were covered, and we had great penetration off the right side. 3rd and 12.
Beachy tried, but he would have had a square his shoulders to the line of scrimmage. He just never had the right-handed quarterback running left. Very tough.
Yeah, probably best just to throw that ball away.
He probably should have, yeah.
Okay, and not take that hit out of bounds.
Call it 14. 9:20 left here in the third quarter. 3rd down, 14. He's up under center. This might be the quick pitch. Hart's going to try to find a little room, but he's not going to go anywhere as Josh Fulton gets him after about a 3-yard pickup. And Bermudian's going to have to punt the ball away. I don't know who the initial hit was, but Fulton cleaned him up there.
He did. He cleaned him up strong, Tony. It was great pursuit on Delone's part there. They got to the ball quickly. He kept that to about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's 4th and 10 right now. Zielinski's going to punt it out of there. Good snap. Again, the ball's rolling around.
Tony, that hit a Delone defender.
And again, it hit a Delone defender. Same thing that happened early in the game.
Yep.
And again,
it hit his leg. He wasn't even aware that it hit his leg, but it did. We could see it from the booth. It's Bermudian's ball.
Yeah, that's the second mistake they made in a punt like that, and it's unbelievable to me they don't get away from that ball.
Tony, what you'll see is on a short, high punt, when they're short, the team on defense a lot of time loses sight of the ball, and you see that often happen.
That's the second mistake of the night. Bermudian capitalized on the first one. Quarterback's going to take it off like a wildcat. He's not going to get anywhere, maybe a yard. Is that Beachy or is that Shelton that took that snap? See who that is. That was Shelton. That took the snap, direct snap, and it was a wildcat.
And we thought we might see that, Tony, get that big, strong.
And he's staying in it.
Yeah.
He's staying in there at quarterback now also.
Yeah.
Second, you got to call it a mental mistake. I mean, there's nothing else you can call it.
Another mental mistake.
Shelton again in a shotgun. He's going to take off around the other side. He's hit and dropped. It looked like Fulton got him second. Somebody got his legs early, and then Fulton cleaned him up again.
Nick, penetration off the left side, blew the play up, and Fulton got in there and made the tackle.
Nick Groff again having a heck of a game tonight defensively for the Squires.
3rd and 10.
And let's see if they go back to Beachy or they keep Shelton in there at quarterback.
You know, Tony, a big, strong back like that, I always thought you want to get to him early and get him quick, and surround him as quick as you can.
Yeah, well, as Coach McMaster told us, you don't want him going downhill.
Nope.
Beachy's back in at quarterback. Back to throw. Looking for the slant. He's under a little bit of pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Austin Staub cleaned him up. I don't know who got to him first.
Flushed him out of there.
Yeah, somebody flushed him out, and Austin Staub just cleaned him up.
Yeah.
6:50 left here. And again, they're going to have to punt.
Tony, we talked
Been
about
their best offensive play of the night.
We talked about who was going to win the line of scrimmage, and so far it's been Delone.
Yeah, Delone, Austin Staub and Groff and Myers are doing Denish are doing a great job in there. Another punt.
Let it go. Get out of the way.
There's not a square within 100 yards. Delone's going to take over at the 42-yard line. 6:22 left here in the third quarter, and Delone's going to have to get something going here offensively. Decent field position. They're going to mark it right on the 43, it looks like, yes. Nose of the ball on the 43.
Touchdown Flyers at the 43-yard line.
Let's see if what kind of defense Bermudians run here. See if they're covering up the A-gap like they were early in the game.
On first down, they were covering those A-gaps. Let's see if they do it again.
They got to know. Well, they're in the A-gaps, but it's a trappable offense here. Nothing there this time. He tried to run an off tackle that time.
You can see Bermudian's defense is adjusting to that quick hitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost time for a Tate Nieder
It might be.
A Tate Nieder sweep.
Gain of 1, second and 9.
Second down, 9 yard. They gave him a yard on that.
Oh, it was all him.
Mowry back to throw. Gets it out in the flat. He has Tate Nieder out there. It's in the 40. Still going down about the 30-yard line. Another flood pattern thrown to Tate Nieder. Nice throw by Mowry. Nice catch.
Tony, great execution. On his break, the ball's delivered right away. He can catch it in stride, turn upfield without any difficulty, and run with the ball. Beautifully executed.
26-yard play down to the 32-yard line.
Tony, Tate Nieder gets there in a hurry.
Yeah, he does. And
He runs a great pattern.
he turned that corner. Tate Nieder on a sweep. He's free inside the 20. Hold on to the ball down to the 15.
That's what we thought.
17 more yards in the ground for Tate Nieder.
Yeah, we tried to get off tackle there. You can see that.
And you know what the best thing was about that? He looked to go outside. It wasn't there, so he stayed
I
inside.
like the way he cuts upfield right away.
Yeah.
And then worries about, he gets the 4 or 5 yards first, and then he worries about the 12 or 13.
Ball on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Mowry puts Nieder back into the backfield. A little bit of a problem there with the snap. Got the ball to Fulton. He don't get anything.
But you want to keep him honest in the middle there, Anthony.
Yeah, but
You know?
you got to get the snap clean.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's what the problem on that
Yeah.
play. They didn't get the snap clean.
Yeah, and that's not the first time we saw that
No.
tonight.
5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Delone driving inside the 15 right now. Call it 2nd and 10. Fulton and Nieder in the backfield. Here comes Nieder on a sweep again. He's inside. He's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, and he's having a night.
He's having a night, Tony, and we're seeing the second gear that he has.
Yeah.
And he really hit it once he
You
got
know,
through the hole.
You did it. Being a color man, you really had it the last time. He gets his 4 or 5 yards. Then he sees what else he can get.
Great run, man. Great run.
So Nieder goes 15 yards to put the Squires up 20-0. Espinoza will try to keep it on the 7s here with 4:45 left here in the third quarter.
And, Tony, what we're calling it, that's that third dimension of the offense that
Yeah.
we were looking for, okay? Fulton, Hernandez, and I think we found another runner in Tate Nieder.
Yeah. Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 21-0.
With 4:45 left in the third, Delone Catholic 21. Bermudian 0. So position champion 50-50 ticket 681 7404. 681.
Wow.
7404.
Tony, you impressed how quick he got to the hole.
Yeah, he got to the hold because it was great blocking on the right side there.
was.
The tackle and guard and center did a great job.
Yeah.
But you described it so well. And that's the way you got to run the 21 and 29, which some plays are. He gets the 4 or 5 yards, and then he looks for more. Hernandez is the same way.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
Yeah.
more of a power runner.
But now you just can't key on him,
Right.
okay? Well, you want to cover this kick.
Long end over end kick coming down, percent at about. Oh, he fumbled it he picks it up. He's back at the goal line. He's going to bring it. Nice move. He's going to get it out to about the 20-yard line.
Did a nice job to get it to the 20, a nice move.
So they'll take over to 20-yard line there. That was Ricky Pizzana.
4:38, Tony. You got your 3-score lead. What you don't want to do is give up a big play.
No, you want to get it 21-0 into the fourth quarter and then worry about it then. And
So as Coach Ortman would say, everybody be well positioned, do your job, and be where you're supposed to be.
Beachy back in at quarterback. He hands off to the fullback. That's Shelton, and he's going to get maybe a yard. Fulton's having a heck of a game from his linebacker position, and we've been calling his name all the second half here.
Tony, that's how a linebacker fills a hole.
Yeah.
You know?
Get up there.
And he drops him right where he meets
And he
him.
dropped him one-on-one.
He did. That's a great open field tackle. Well done.
They're going to give him 2 on that, 2nd and 8.
Continue to win that first down on defense.
Talley going wide out to the right side. Beachy's going to throw. He has a little bit of time. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's going to be snowed under. I thought he had a little time, but I think Groff's in there again, isn't he? Austin Stallman, Nick Groff, right on him. Third down, 15.
Tony, Tate Nieder again. He didn't make the play,
But he was in there.
but he came from his linebacker position, maintained the containment, and forced the quarterback up the field.
That's a good point because I was saying he was going to get outside. It looked like he could get outside there.
Right. 3rd and 15.
Shelton's back in the game at fullback. Beachy's in the shotgun. Going to try to run him wide, and somebody blew it up in the backfield. Nick Groff blew it up. Didn't make the tackle, but slowed him up, and Host of Squires cleaned him up and around the sideline. Going to bring up 4th and long. 3 minutes left here. Squires 21-0. Another punt for Bermudian.
You don't even want to get near the punter here, Tony.
No, you don't even want to get near the ball. It's almost blocked by Gabe Lee. In fact, it was hit. Get out of the way again. Everybody's yelling, and Bermudian's going to down the ball at the 33-yard line. Great field position for the Squires.
2:28 in the corner.
First down, Squires at the 32-yard line.
Mowry right in the game. Delone right up on the ball. They got a little more hop in their step since that last touchdown. Hernandez is in the wing, both wings, Hernandez and Nieder. Fulton in the backfield alone behind Mowry. There goes it's an inside counter to Hernandez, and he's going to get maybe 3 to the 29. Give him 4. Now, I don't think I'd be in any hurry to snap this ball.
I was going to say the same thing, Tony. We want to just slow down the game at this point a little bit.
Wait till the ref puts his hand up to snap it.
Right.
We got a little bit of rhythm going here. I don't know. I'm not sure Coach Zortman wants to break that rhythm, though. Under 2 minutes now in the third quarter. Double wing again. There's a pitch. We got a flag.
We're in motion.
Flag in the play.
Illegal motion against the Squires, going to bring up 2nd and 12. Ball moved back to the 34-yard line. And the clock's going to start.
2nd and 12.
He's up 2nd and 12.
Well, you might see Tate Nieder come off this side again, Tony.
It's a counter to Tate Nieder. Great move, and he's down the sideline inside the 20, 15, inside the 10. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Great moves again by Tate Nieder.
Counter coming this way. He made 3 people miss with quick feet, hung onto the ball, picked up the first down.
And I actually think he stayed in bounds. He didn't get knocked out of bounds, but he's at the 8-yard line.
He made 3 people miss on that run.
And the right side had nice blocking again.
Yes,
They gave him the little bit of hold that he needed.
1st and goal on the 9.
1st and goal at the 9. 1:10 left here. Mowry's putting people where they belong. Give to Hernandez. He cuts it back up the middle. He's into the end zone on a 9-yard run. That was a 29, and he just cut it up like he should.
Right.
29 is just a play out of the wing tee, people.
Solid blocking on that left side.
Yeah, good blocking on the left side.
He didn't try to stretch it. He got it upfield real quick. He was going to get 3 or 4 for sure.
Big score for Delone, and Espinoza will try to keep it on the 7s here. It's 27-0 with 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. Homecoming 2019 here at JT Flaherty Field. Snaps back, good snap. The kick is up. It looks good.
That's much better.
And it is good. Yeah, that's out over the fence out there. So yeah, it is better. As we come back up the field, the score is Delone Catholic 28, Bermudian nothing, and 59 seconds left here. So Coach Defoe's going to have to try to find something that's going to work now.
Well, 2 scores by Delone, Anthony, to start the second half. 59 seconds left. 28-0. We're in a good position.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to stay focused, not get sloppy, play good discipline football.
Nothing big, giving up. Hernandez boots it a low line drive, and that's going muffed into the end zone, and that's going to come out to the 20.
20, that's a good kick.
28-0.
Estimated kick goes in the end zone.
Coach Zortman's got to be happy with the focus here in the second half, and what can you say about Tate Nieder?
Well, we found another running back tonight. Another
I mean,
weapon.
Hernandez did what he always does.
Sure.
Fulton's tough,
They're
but
always
you had to have that third runner.
Yeah.
If you're going to run the wing T, you need 3 people to run the ball.
And we've got 3. Okay. We've got a big game so far out of Nick Roth and also Fulton at linebacker.
And Alston Staub, you got to throw him in there too.
Yep.
Beachy in at quarterback. He gives it a fullback up the middle, and he's going to get maybe 3 yards. I think that was number 20.
Up the middle for Bermudian.
That was Shelton.
Short gain on the play. Second down.
And, maybe Coach Defoe comes out and just tries to get establish something.
Yeah, he's got a young quarterback. His probably first start, right?
Yeah, because, we have to say number 3, Jay Martinez, our quarterback, got hurt last week, and he's not in there.
Yeah, that's put him at a disadvantage for sure.
Fulton still at fullback, or Shelton at fullback. Back to throw. Throws a slant pattern. It's caught. No, it's not. It's dropped.
Probably a little higher than we like, but it should have been called.
Should have been caught, and
Yes.
I think he was, again, caught looking down the field.
Yeah. Actually, I thought he was going to pump that, and I thought he was going to take off and go.
Yeah, because Delone's been playing without a safety here for quite a while.
Exactly. And I like, if I'm Bermudian, I want to give that play a chance.
Hefner's a safety, but he's not really. He's more in a man coverage position. Again, there's no safety in the game. 3rd down and 7 at the 23-yard line. A little bit of room out there this time. He's going to have the first down, number 24. That's Dupler. That might be the end of the third quarter.
You can see that Bermudian's got a little speed in those backs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. To start the fourth quarter, the score is going to be 28-0 Delone. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for Bermudian. And they'll be going towards the Moose Lock. George, happy to have with us, standing beside us at the booth tonight, Chief Mike Woods of the Maturystown Police Department.
Yeah, we welcome him to the booth. Chief, how you doing this evening? It's good to see you.
Doing great.
Join the game and the homecoming activities?
Yeah, it's great. Weather's great. A little chilly, but it's fall football weather.
Yeah, it's great weather.
Mike himself was a football player at Indiana High School and then went on to play at IUP.
Okay.
So he knows the game a little bit. Wing T's just right at home for you, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I prefer to throw the ball a little bit. I was a receiver in high school and college.
Maury's had Nieder's had a nice game, but Maury's had a nice game too. He has 3 or 4 completions that got him out of a hole.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for Bermudian. 28-0 Squires. Bermudian's going to have to make something going, but I think Coach Defoe just wants something positive to happen.
He wants to get some flow going on his offense and see if he can get those backs a little bit of space.
Shotgun formation.
Utilize their speed.
Beachy's going to try to take it outside himself.
They look like they got pretty well defended out
there.
there.
And they do. They're going to knock him down for a 2-yard loss.
That's what you want to do, Tony, on this wing tee. You want to win that first down.
And now Coach Zortman just wants that clock to run and get out of here without any injuries. And I'm sure, they have Fairfield next week. Then they come back here in 2 weeks for the big game against York Catholic. Towie out here to the right side.
Tony, I'm surprised they haven't thrown it up his way a little more often than what they've done.
Beachy under center, back to throw. He's under a little bit of pressure. He's
that's
going to be
why.
dropped by Austin Staub. And again, Austin Staub get in there quick, broke down, didn't let Beachy get by him, and made a great play.
Yeah, the breaking down was the key, as you said. No doubt about it.
And we saw that time and time again from Groft and Austin Staub tonight. And even Dennis the one time. They get in there and they break down. They don't try to run right through him.
Yeah, I think a 3 or 4 step drop and let him get rid of it, get some air under it, is a better pass play. He just doesn't have the protection he needs to let that play develop.
3rd and 21. Try to run Shelton, and he's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Dennis has him all wrapped up early. And the Bermudian's going to have to punt the ball away again. You know, without them 2 mistakes in the punts tonight, this would. Hernandez is going to catch this ball. Gets a little bit of room at midfield. He's up over midfield, and he's going to be drugged down right there. Ryan Hart made the tackle, and they're going to put the ball in Delone, in Bermudian territory at the 49-yard line.
Actually, Tony, I'd have been more comfortable if you just fair called that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot. You know, we've got a 4-score lead. We got the ball at midfield. You know, why risk a catch like that in a crowd?
9:42 left here in the game. Delone gets a couple first downs. They can ice this away. Not that we, you know, you got to keep focused. Handoff up the middle to Hernandez, and he's going to get maybe a yard before he's drugged down by Ryan Hart.
Now I think you want to slow down here a little bit, Anthony, and take a little bit of time.
All right, let's get the guy to get his hand up there.
Yeah. Take some time off that clock.
Outside comes Hernandez. Oh, that's a new number. Down the side, or that Hernandez. Hernandez is into the end zone on a 48-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, you can see Bermudian looks a little bit tired.
Yeah.
Great block to get through the hole, get to the sideline, tiptoe down the sideline, touchdown.
And if we make this, if Espinoza makes this extra point, the mercy rule goes into effect.
Clock runs.
Yes.
Yeah.
49-yard touchdown run by Joe Hernandez.
Counter.
No, it was just a sweep.
Just a sweep. Yeah, it looks like Bermudians.
Oh, we got a new kicker in there for Delone. Number 9 is going to kick the ball. That's Justin Enright. Snaps back, kick is up. That looks good. It is good.
Tony, Justin Enright, just a sophomore. Big thrill for him to get that kick. Nice to see the working those kids into the game. And has plenty of leg.
So the score goes to 35-0 the Squires, and they just dominated this second half.
Yeah, they blew this one open. Defense didn't give them anything. Line of scrimmage, you go back to that, Tony. Delone's controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part the whole game.
The whole game, yeah.
Yeah, there was a period of time there, we talked about it, okay? They catch that ball down there, could have turned the tide a little bit, but Delone's line of scrimmage play has been a lot.
I think the line won the game tonight, to tell you the truth, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, line of scrimmage play.
Hernandez, or Espinoza, boots the ball. Looks like
he's got a little space.
Little room up to about the 38-yard line. That was
Hart.
That was number 25.
Hart.
Was that Hart?
Yes.
Brian Hart.
He's got some speed. That's a nice run back. Some people thought his knee was down when he picked that ball up off the ground.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
But
All right. I'm going to just say I think the official had a better view than me.
he had a better view than me too.
But if I had to make the call, I think he might have been down.
But when I see Steve Keller, I'll tell him. I know, like I said, I did like 30 basketball games with Steve.
Yeah.
So
Clock's running.
yeah, the clock's going to keep running now. The game's not going to be long. Beachy's still in there at quarterback.
Oh, the quick pitch.
Pitches it out. And who made the tackle there? That was Ryan Myers made the tackle on a quick pitch.
Great reaction on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they did have the 2 mental mistakes, but other than that, I really think this is probably one of the cleanest games they played all year.
Yeah.
And Bermudian come into this game now. They don't have their starting quarterback, but they have. Dalone's going to go to 4-0. I think we can say that pretty in the league, with Fairfield coming up next week. Back to throw. It's picked off out here by Gabe Lee, and he's going to walk into the end zone to make it 41-0. And that was one of the bad throws. He had the guy open.
Yeah,
Gabe Lee was giving him the completion.
He was playing the down and distance, Tony. It was a 35-0 lead. He was going to give him that pass play, just overthrew him.
Yeah, overthrew him, and Gabe Lee had no choice but to intercept that and go.
He's a sophomore. He'll learn from that.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll learn from that.
That makes the score 41-0 on a 42-yard interception return by Gabe Lee. And I guess it's going to be number 9 out there, Enright, to kick again.
I don't think he thought he'd be out there that quick, but he is.
It's another good snap down. The boy.
Tony's got a nice leg.
Yeah.
Only a sophomore. That's a nice kick. Another kicker that Dusty Lear's working with.
Wow. This game has just got completely out of hand for Bermudian.
Yeah, it has. You know, there's no question, Tony. I think they're at a disadvantage without their quarterback, and that hurt them quite a bit tonight.
It did. I'm not sure it would have stopped the Delone offense, but
no, he doesn't play defense, and he doesn't play on the line of scrimmage, and I think that's where the game was won.
Yeah. And the fact that Shelton never could really get going, like say had 124 yards last week against Catholic.
Yeah, and the other thing is I think Tate Nieder showed some people tonight, even the Delone coaching staff, hey, I can run the ball too. Yeah. Okay, I'm a third option. Okay, and
Ryan Hart's going to be dropped out here at about the 28-yard line.
Ryan Hart, number 10, tackled by number 30, Zach Field.
Nice. If Hernandez and Nieder keep running the outside and Fulton keeps the inside, Dalone's going to be formidable the next 3 games.
And Mallory's getting on the outside, okay, sprinting out, okay, and he's throwing a nice ball. Okay, I thought there was 1 or 2 plays tonight, but I think Coach Zortman's going to break that film down and show those receivers. Here's what can happen when you properly run your routes and you space.
Right.
Okay? All right? I think that's something they'll pick up on and they'll advance. Clock's still running, Tony. It's going to keep on running.
Yeah, that clock's not going to stop. Shelton coming into the game.
A lot of new numbers out there, Anthony.
Almost a first down. That's number 24 carrying that ball.
Tackled by number 10, Ryder Knowles.
That was Dupler. First down.
Whole new set of numbers on defense.
Oh, for Delone, yeah, Delone has a lot of new players in the game now. Delone has given up 12 points in the league. 6:20 left here in the game. Clock running. Shelton runs into his own man. He's a load for the JVs to try to bring down.
Yes, he is. He's going to be a load.
He runs it to midfield where it's going to be 1st and 10.
And Shelton's going out of the game, Tony.
Yeah, I think, Defoe understands that Delone has their JVs in now.
Yeah.
And Beachy's only a sophomore, so you might as well leave him in the game.
Yep. Good run there by the Bermudian.
Was that Hart?
I'm trying to get a number here.
That was Michael Carlson, number 22.
Good leg drive there, Tony.
A little bit of surprise here tonight, 42-0. I really didn't expect this.
I don't think anybody did.
Give the number 24 for Bermudian. He's going to have another first down.
That's Aaron Dupler.
Aaron Dupler again.
Good job cutting it upfield and getting some good yardage.
We're under 5 minutes now left here in the game.
First down, Bermudian.
Beachy turns, gives to 23. He finds a little bit of a hole. He's going to go for a touchdown. Going to be a 37-yard touchdown run by number 23.
Mike Tolbert?
Yeah, Mike Tolbert for a touchdown to make it 42-6.
Tony, he got through that hole. He showed some speed, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Mike Tolbert, just the junior. Excellent run.
Number 7, Zelensky will try to convert it. Kick is up, and that looks good too. 42-7 now. One of the things that really impressed me covering high school football the last couple of years, the kicking has gotten so much better.
You know, Anthony, you're absolutely right. There's some great legs on these kids, and they're really starting to boom them.
I mean, the only one extra point that was even in doubt was the second one there for Delone. Yeah. Other than that, even the Delone second kid, booming them through.
Yeah.
With 50-50 to the 6-1, 7-4-0-4.
42-7. Issue never in doubt now. Squires have a lot of new guys in their kickoff team too. Looks like a JV kickoff team out there. Number 25 back deep for the Squires. That's Dylan Staub.
And is that Nate Hart back there, Anthony?
I believe it is 29.
Yeah, junior.
High end over end kick. It's going to come down. Hart lets it get by him. Picks it up. And he's going to come out to about the 6-yard line. Ball scooted by him there.
Second by number 84, Luke Keller. First down below.
Who's in here at quarterback?
Well, it might be Ryder Noel. I don't know. Let's see who they put in. Or number 15 for the Squires is
number 11. Nope.
Schuschler. No, number 11's quarterbacking?
I'm not sure who's quarterbacking yet.
How about 12?
We're still running players on the field.
Corlin Keller. Keller, I think, is going to quarterback number 12. Or is that 13 in there? 13 is Keller.
Keller. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looked like they only had 10 players on the field.
Yeah, well, I think they're putting a lot of their subs in, too. There's some numbers in there that I don't know either.
Actually, I'm going to go one less. I think they only had 9 players. 9 players on the field. Okay.
Join us back here in 2 weeks when Delone will play York Catholic. And out comes the starting line here.
And what a job they did tonight.
Yeah, offensively and defensively. A lot of them guys go both ways. Yeah, let's. Fumble, and Bermudian's going to get it. Fumbled snap, Bermudian got it. 3:41 left. And this game's going to look a lot closer than what it should be.
Well, most fundamental play in football is that center quarterback exchange, and you got to get it right.
You know, Coach Zortman wants to play all these kids, but they can't go in there and make mistakes like that, or he won't have them in the game. The issue's not in doubt. That's easy to say, but they want to see good, clean football.
Well, get to the sideline, take some practice snaps, get a feel, okay? Work that kind of stuff out.
And let's see who's at quarterback now. Probably still Beachy because he's only a sophomore. He's probably the JV quarterback.
Yeah.
A lot of room on the outside. Going to be a touchdown for Bermudian, number 23. Again, Tolbert, 7-yard run for the touchdown.
Yeah, we didn't hold our containment on that left side.
No. Game's gotten a little sloppy here the last couple minutes.
And we're going to go for 2.
Going for 2. Give it to the fullback. He's going to walk it in, number 3, for the 2-point conversion. That wasn't number 3. Who was that? Oh, number 6, Abra Wooters.
Braxton Wooters bring that in.
42-15.
42-15 with 3:05. And Coach Zortman's going to be down there and say, guys, let's start to focus and take care of the football.
That's right. Pick up the kick. Let's.
Okay. The clock's going to run. It's not going to stop.
Hart and Stahl begin deep. 42-15. 3:05 left. Once the ball is put in play, the clock's not going to stop. So the crowd's thinning out a little bit. Picked up by one of the up men for the Squires. He's tackled at the 30-yard line. That was Ryder Knoll, I think, number 10. Thirteen's again. Keller's going to try to quarterback again. Let's see if we can get the snap here. Give to Dylan Staub. Nice little hole. He gets about 8 yards on that carry.
Nice little high step.
Yeah.
Okay. That defender looked like he was in well position to take him down, and he jumped over top of it.
Give him 8 yards on the carry.
Nice run.
2nd and 2. $2:15 left here in the game.
I'm going to look for a handoff up the middle here, I believe.
Dylan Stahl got the first down. It's up over to about midfield, about the 50-yard line. Give him 12 on that carry, first down.
Nice run. Good job of looking upfield and getting upfield, not trying to stretch it out. Okay, and getting what he could get.
1:40 left, clock running. Same play, same carrier, Staub. He's got 10 more.
Tony, I like the way he runs. He covers the ball up with both hands, and he gets up the field with the ball real well.
Another first down. It might almost be knee taking time.
Might be. But you know, these kids practice, Tony.
Yeah,
They want to play, and Bermudian's defense wants to play too. I think he might just see a quick dive up the middle here.
Yeah, we're going to wait till the guy puts his hand up too.
Yeah.
This will be probably the last play of the game.
Yeah.
And a knee.
Take a knee.
Now, if the ref's smart, he waits till it gets under 25 before he blows the whistle.
Yeah.
That's going to be it here. 42-15 is going to be the final. A little bit of a shocker here. Delone got out in the second half and just took control of the game.
Well, that was a big one. That was a big hurdle to get over.
We're going to try to recap this real quick and get out of here, but, you know, Delone didn't dominate the first half. They were leading 14-0 at half. They made a couple mental mistakes, but the second half they dominated.
The second half they clearly dominated. You know, we talked about playing good defense on first down. They kept them in first and long situations. When they don't turn the ball over, they're going to be a tough team to beat. When they don't have penalties, they're going to be a tough team to beat. They found a third offensive weapon tonight in Tate Nieder. Defensively, very strong. We controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. We ran the ball effectively. We picked our spots to pass the ball. Mallory looked very comfortable rolling out. The passing game looks like it's coming on. They're going to be a tough team to beat down the road.
They're 4-0 in the league. They have Fairfield next week. They got the big York Catholic game in 2 weeks, and that York Catholic game will probably be for the league championship and also to solidify district playoffs for them.
Yeah.
Because York Catholic's the only team they really have to beat out anymore.
Well,
For the district, I mean, there's district, but if they stay at 3 losses, which they can't have any, you know,
Right.
they're going to go to districts. They might not have a home game, but they're going to be in the district playoffs for the 3rd straight year.
Right. And Bermudian a bit at a disadvantage without their quarterback. There's no question about that. But you got to say that the line of scrimmage play tonight, I thought, was the determining factor.
Line of scrimmage play was probably the best I saw them play all year. Even the Littlestown game, they didn't dominate the way they dominated Bermudian tonight. Well, you know, we're going to get out of here. This is Tony Weaver and George Nieder. We want to thank again Bill, Danny, Eric Lawrence, everybody that made the technical part of this happen. We got good reports tonight that we got out. You know, everybody heard the game. Everybody saw the game. We're very happy, you know, that we could do that. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for the York Catholic game. For George Nieder, I'm Tony Weaver. Good night, everybody, from JT Flaherty Field.